Yeah. Straight up. Let's go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. TJay Jones. Yeah. Straight up, let's go. Welcome to Straight Up TJay. Tap in, sit back, press replay. Been locked in with the Saints on a weekday. Now we talking every sport, every big play. Years on the grind, now we level up the view. From the dome to the world, get a better look at you. No script, just truth when we breaking it down. Barbershop talk, but we broadcasting loud. Welcome to Straight Up TJay. Straight up, fresh takes, every time that the beat play. This ain't your everyday sports cliche. We talk real, talk now what the streets say. Welcome to Straight Up TJay. New wave every week, let it replay. Yeah. Straight up. Let's go. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yours truly, TJ Jones, and I want to say thank you for checking out the Straight Up TJay podcast. Really do appreciate it. I would also appreciate if you hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel to grow, and I would really appreciate that. Other than that, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Tap in, sit back, press replay. Been locked in with the Saints on a week.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, and welcome to another edition of the Straight Up TJay podcast. But as you all know, this is a very special edition of the Straight Up TJay podcast right here on YouTube and across streaming platforms. Really do appreciate your time. This is the live reaction show for the 2026 NFL Draft, brought to you by Lucy. I want to give a special shout out to everybody that is tuning in to this podcast. This has become a tradition here on this channel, and I appreciate those that have been here since the beginning. And if you are new, you're in for a treat. The first thing I just ask everybody to do is hit the like button. Let everybody know that you enjoy the Straight Up TJay podcast and all of its content. But ladies and gentlemen, the moment we all been waiting for, the 2026 NFL Draft. The time for talk is over. The time for all these mock drafts are over. It is time to put up or shut up. We're going to find out where these guys are going to land. These young players who dreamt since the first time they ever put on some pads, helmets. This is the moment that they've been looking forward to when their dream indeed is going to come true on tonight. They're live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm taking a look right now. I got Jeremiah Love on the screen, a Notre Dame running back, Doak Walker Award winner. A lot of people feel like he will be hearing his name called very early. David Bailey, Texas Tech edge rusher, 14 sacks last season, and he's going to hear his name called pretty early as well. Arvell Reese, another guy who's going to hear his name called. Is it just a matter of where? You know, a lot of unanswered questions about him. Fernando Mendoza, not in Pittsburgh, hanging out in Florida, wanted to spend time with his family out in Coral Gables. Nothing wrong with that, but I think everybody knows he's going to be the first pick overall. I mean, it's pretty much been that way since the beginning. Shouldn't be any surprise about the number one overall pick. But shouts out to everybody that's filing in right now. Once again, hit the like button. Really would appreciate that. If you're here, no matter what team that you're repping, we're going to be here from start to finish. I know a lot of Saints fans are in the building, of course. You know, the collaboration between the State of the Saints and Straight Up TJay, but we're going to be talking about every single team, right? We're going to be breaking down all of these draft picks, all right? And as it has become a tradition, not just here on this channel, but at the NFL Draft, Roger Goodell getting booed out of the building. I mean, it has become a tradition. Roger Goodell, every time he speaks, getting a dirty Dom Mysterio treatment every single time he steps to the podium. I just don't understand it. I mean, you would think that people would know that this guy is just a talking, a mouthpiece. It's the owners, the ones that be having him doing all these things, but I digress. Shouts out to everybody in the chat. Shouts out to everybody watching this across the platforms. really do appreciate it. And we see the great Cam Hayward as well as TJ Watt to welcome everybody to Pittsburgh for the NFL draft. I like the fact that they move around the country during this NFL draft. I think that it keeps these fans engaged, to be able to move around and go from city to city. So I like that. I like that. We're going to be answering questions throughout the show. We're going to be playing videos, maybe some classic draft moments. We'll probably look back in the archives. But all in all, sit back and relax and enjoy, ladies and gentlemen, the 2026 NFL draft. Once again, the Straight Up TJ podcast brought to you by Lucy. This is the State of the Saints podcast. And right now, This is the State of the Saints podcast. And right now, I want to thank the fine folks at Lucy for being the official sponsor of the State of the Saints podcast. And look, everybody is trying to find ways to unwind, to relax, to have focus, and to have more energy. Some people like energy shots, energy drinks, coffee, right? Even neuro pills to try to get you to focus a little bit more. Everybody is trying to find ways to be in a zone and in a really good space. Now, this is for all of the pouch connoisseurs out there. This is where Lucy comes in. Lucy is 100% tobacco-free pouches, right? And it is available to you in 12 milligrams and 4 milligrams. And it also comes with a hydration capsule, so it just gives you that instant burst and a really good experience. I have a friend of mine, gave him an opportunity to try Lucy, and he has been raving about it, going absolutely crazy about it, and wondering how can he get his hands on some more. Well, if you want to get your hands on Lucy and you are a pouch connoisseur, all you have to do is go to lucy.co/code. And if you don't want to wait, all you have to do is go to their store locator and you'll be able to find Lucy in your area. Now, Lucy is for adults only of legal age, and every customer is age verified. This product contains nicotine, and nicotine, as we know, is an addictive chemical. All right, so make sure that you use responsibly. But once again, want to thank the fine folks at Lucy for being an official sponsor of the State of the Saints podcast. And if you are a pouch connoisseur, once again, go to lucy.co/code to get 20% off on Lucy. Again, thank the fine folks at Lucy for being an official sponsor here of the Straight Up TJ podcast, as well as the State of the Saints podcast. But let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this NFL draft. We see some of the legends. Pittsburgh Steelers legends. I see Hines Ward up there, Lynn Swann, Mel Blount. You got your current legends. You got Big Ben Roethlisberger, TJ Watt, and Cam Hayward on the stage, as well as Terry Bradshaw, man. And Hines Ward, one of the toughest wide receivers to do it. Really good, legendary pedigree are the Pittsburgh Steelers. Like them or not, that is a legendary franchise, and they deserve to talk, man. There's a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans all over the world. So we see right now it is official. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. Shouldn't take that long. Should already have it in place. We already know more than likely it's going to be Fernando Mendoza, unless something catastrophic happened over the past 24 hours or the last 3 months, rather. We're going to be hearing Fernando Mendoza. So Roger Goodell walking to the back with Pittsburgh Steelers legends. Hopefully he doesn't go far, because this shouldn't take very long. Everybody knows about Fernando Mendoza. I mean, extremely talented quarterback. Guy is extremely tough. Transferred from Cal to the University of Indiana, a school not really known for their football, mostly for their basketball. And he turned them into a powerhouse over the last, year. Indiana ended up winning a national championship. He wins the Heisman Trophy, and he is going to be in rare air here. A quarterback who won the Heisman, ends up going to the national championship and winning it, and now he can be the first pick overall. So once again, I don't think that this is going to take long at all. More than likely, Fernando Mendoza will hear his name called right now. As we see his family, he's a guy, man, of faith. A lot of people give him a hard time because he doesn't have like that edge or that controversy that surrounds him. He's just a button-up guy who loves football and plays for his teammates and says the right things. And I know sometimes that can be a little boring, but look, man, you can't knock a guy for being who he is. I like Fernando Mendoza. Met him at the NFL Combine. He was walking around, the entire facility, and man, he was kind to everybody. I mean, and he had that same smile on his face that we often see, even when nobody was talking to him. So, I'm not going to say that that's a front. I think that's just genuinely who he is. Because trust and believe, man, in this world, man, they're always digging and trying to find ways to try to take guys down. 6'4", 3/4, 230 pounds, and like I said, a really good quarterback, a lot of toughness, extremely accurate. We've seen him make some clutch throws in clutch situations. We've seen him make some clutch plays when the team needs it most. And I think that's going to really pay dividends for him in the National Football League, especially going to a team like the Raiders. You're number one team. You got the number one pick in the draft for a reason. So we gotta make sure that he stays upright, and he got to continue to keep that competitive edge, man. So, like I said, I don't know what's taking so long. I would have thought they would have had the card already at the podium. I mean, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion unless something like just catastrophic happens here. Yeah, and we have a ritual here, folk. Look, some people's televisions are ahead of others, and look, I understand that, but and let's all just try to talk about it together. I'll announce the picks, and we can just kind of talk about it. I'm pretty sure some people's televisions are ahead. You're probably going to find out the picks beforehand, but I just ask that you don't spoil it for everybody else that's in the chat. Some people televisions may not be ahead of yours, and maybe mine isn't ahead of yours, so we're going to end up like finding that out together. So please be respectful, and that's the only thing that I ask. All right, have fun, have a good time. But at the end of the day, let's all just kind of be mindful that everybody's television isn't synced up together as one. All right, let's go ahead and read some of the comments in the meantime before the announcement is made. TJ, it's go time. I'm sipping on my tequila, Don Julio. Look, man, I hopefully you're sipping on it because you're happy and not be relying on it with the 8 pick. hopefully you drinking and you're joyous about what's about to happen for your New Orleans Saints, Greg. But yeah, look, I'm drinking on water tonight. I got my Propel. Just trying to stay hydrated, man. What you're drinking on, make sure you put it in the chat. There's a tradition here on the Straight Up TJ. What you're drinking on, let us know. It can be water. I mean, it can be something a little stronger, right? But whoever you're drinking on, let us know. Put the comment inside of the chat. And also, if you have any questions, make sure that you put that inside of the chat as well. All right. We want to hear from you. All right. We want to know where everybody stands. Look, like I said, if you're a part of another, team, if you're a fan of another team, go ahead and put your questions in there, man. We're pretty well-rounded here, and let us know what you think about your team's draft picks. On tomorrow, I will be on a guest on the Roar of the Lion, UK. I will be live in the UK. I've been doing this for like 3 years now. Shouts out to those guys out in the United Kingdom. I will be breaking down the New Orleans Saints draft first round draft picks, and that'll be taking place 7:20 Eastern time. That's 7:20 p.m. Eastern. So if you're not doing anything, make sure that you go to the YouTube channel Roar the Lion. And your boy going to be in the UK talking New Orleans Saints. So make sure y'all check that out. Let's see. Oakland is on the clock right now, TJ. All right, the pick is in. Let's go ahead and make this thing official, man. Let's go ahead and make it official. All right, we're going to go ahead and make that official. I'm pretty sure everybody know where they're going with it. Everybody already know what's about to happen. So, I mean, it shouldn't be a shock to absolutely anybody, but like I said, absolutely no shocking as you can see, I mean, extremely emotional, making it official. Fernando Mendoza, first pick overall, going to the Las Vegas Raiders. All right. So Fernando Mendoza, 6'4" 3/4", 230 pounds. A guy who had 3,535 yards, 41 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and a quarterback rating of 90.3 on last year. So an incredibly talented quarterback is Fernando Mendoza. Extremely excited because this is a really good young man right here. I think that it's the right spot for him. Him going out to Las Vegas, there's a lot of vices out there in Las Vegas, but I think he's the right guy to be in that area. I think that he will be focused on football, and you don't have to worry about where he's going to be at 3:00 in the morning. More than likely, he's at your facility or at home sleep. So that's the best. That's the best thing that you can have as your franchise quarterback, a guy who is level-headed, a guy that's a leader, and somebody that's going to make the team better. And they're going to make it better by going out there and being the leader that they need to be on the field as well as off the field, holding guys accountable. So we take a look at Clint Kubiak, who is now the new head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. Just recently won a Super Bowl championship as the offensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks. Saints fans are pretty familiar with Clint Kubiak. He had a cup of coffee back in 2024 with the New Orleans Saints as their offensive coordinator before Kellen Moore became the head coach in 2025. So Fernando Mendoza, Raiders' first overall pick. Congratulations to the young man. What y'all think about that? I'm pretty sure nobody's shocked that Fernando Mendoza is the first pick overall. I'm pretty sure nobody was like, oh wow, what? All right, so this can get interesting right here, man. The Jets. There were a lot of mock drafts that said that David Bailey would be the second pick overall. A lot of mock drafts says that Archival Reese would be the second pick overall. So we're going to find out what the Jets are going to do. You got, a lot of turnover with the Jets. You got a lot. Aaron Glenn going into his second season, going into the season on the hot seat. A lot of, questions about Aaron Glenn. Can he lead this New York Jets football team? We're going to find out. Demario Davis is over there. If they do decide to go get David Bailey, at least they have someone that is a leader inside of that locker room that he can lean on if they decide to draft David Bailey or Archival Reese. It's going to be, interesting for the Jets. And it's going to be interesting for Aaron Glenn as well because, like I said, you're in a New York market. They are extremely demanding, and they don't have time for uncertainties. If they smell blood in the water, they are going to pounce. No doubt about that. You think we'll keep our picks like last year or make a trade and move up or back? Well, I don't know. Honestly, there were talks about the New Orleans Saints moving up in the draft to possibly, to acquire Jeremiah Love. I heard rumors about that, or try to get Archival Reese, but you never know. I mean, you never know how the draft is going to shape up. You never know what a team is willing to give up or want from you in order for you to move up. So I can't say they are for certain going to stay at 8, but I'll be shocked if they end up moving up because I honestly don't think that there's a player out there that is worth moving up for. Unless you just feel like you about to get, the next Lawrence Taylor defensively, or you about to get the next, great running back and Jeremiah Love. So if you feel that way, then move up. I mean, it'll pay dividends for you because nobody will care when it's, 3-4 years from now if those players are making plays. But the Jets pick is in. We're about to find out who the New York Jets are going to select in the 2026 NFL draft. All right, so like I said, the Jets coming into 2026, a lot of unanswered questions. Front office still seems like they don't have stability. They made some trades. They gave away Quentin Williams. They gave away Sauce Gardner, got some first-round picks. So the Jets are trying to rebuild. They're trying to restack, and they're trying to build a new culture under head coach Aaron Glenn. So will it pay off? We'll find out. It all starts with the number 2 pick. So let's see what they're going to do with the number 2 pick as Roger Goodell approaches the podium again to let us know who the Jets are going to select at pick number 2. David Bailey. So right now, the draft is kind of shaping up the way that a lot of people have said. So David Bailey, Texas Tech, 14 and a half sacks last season. He started his collegiate career at Stanford, transferred to Texas Tech, and had a monster season. Was able to, sack the quarterback, was able to get forced fumbles, and, just really made a name for himself at Texas Tech. I mean, and that's saying something. I mean, think about this. You got a quarterback from Indiana and an edge rusher from Texas Tech as the number 1 and number 2 pick. And neither one of these programs are what you want to consider powerhouses. So this tells you, what these programs are doing, how they're able to bring these guys that can make an extreme impact for their football team, bring them on the team. And, the rest is history. But like I said, David Bailey, an incredibly talented young man here, incredibly smart. Like I said, you start your career off at Stanford. I mean, you already know, look, you can't be half-stepping going to Stanford. I don't care if you're playing football or not. you got to be able to handle your business in that classroom. So man, he's all smiles right now. I mean, when you see these guys, going through the draft process, when you're seeing these guys work out and you're seeing them like in some of these break rooms, sweating, nervous, trying to like do everything that they possibly can to boost their draft stock, you have no choice but to be proud of them, man. And I watched like David Bailey throughout the entire combine, the process, and even got a chance to chop it up with him and talk with him, man. He seemed like a young man with a really good head on his shoulders. And, I'm pretty sure his family is proud of him. Texas Tech is proud of him. And he's going to make the New York Jets a much better football team defensively, in my opinion, because I think he's made of the right stuff. 6'3", 250 pounds is David Bailey. All right. In 2025, he had 14 and a half sacks, 3 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. It's pretty damn good right there. So congratulations to David Bailey being the number 2 overall pick in the 2026 NFL draft. What y'all think about the draft so far? Going according to plan? Did y'all think that the Jets were going to get Arvell Reese? Says Reese still on the board. Yeah. I mean, you got the Cardinals on the clock right now. Will the Cardinals end up getting Jeremiah Love here? We heard a lot of reports about the Cardinals possibly taking Jeremiah Love. Some people feel like that would be a really bad idea, especially since the offensive line of the Arizona Cardinals need some work. Maybe Spencer Fano could be the number 3 pick in the draft. But if they were to get Jeremiah Love, I mean, it's completely understandable, but you need to be able to put something around that young man in order for him to be able to thrive. I mean, we know that the running back position depends on a stable offensive line. Like if you got the talent, you can make some guys miss, but you're not going to get a lot of yards if you don't have offensive line that can be able to block for you in order to create lanes. So as we see David Bailey, congratulations to him speaking to the media. And, you got to breathe a sigh of relief here, man. All that work, all that preparation, all the process that you go through in order for you to be in this moment, you got to believe that it's just absolute dream come true for these young men. Aaron Glenn said he ain't got time to wait and see he's going to get the sure thing. I mean, at this point, regardless to what direction you go in the draft, if you got a top 5 pick, unless you just fell asleep at the wheel completely, you're going to get yourself an elite player, but it's about putting these guys in the right position to succeed. It's about the coaches, doing the right things for these players in order for them to be able to find success. So those things kind of go hand in hand. And, I'm a little concerned, about the Jets. I mean, we know that the Jets isn't, the most ideal spot, like for a lot of these players. It seems like when they leave the Jets, they find success. But hopefully David Bailey can be an exception to the rule, man, because, Jets fans are a really passionate fan base, man. And when you are a fan base that just get your heart ripped out every single year, man. You just want to see these type of franchises find prosperity. The pick for the Arizona Cardinals is indeed in. So we're going to find out really soon who's going to go to the Cardinals at number 3 as we move along through the 2026 NFL draft. Not necessarily more flops. Sliding down says, hopefully Bain, Tate, or Delane will be there if the Saints stay there at 8, says Larry. Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Saints need to move unless they just feel like they can just get an absolute sure thing. But if this draft starts to shape up the way that it is, there's no need for you to move. It's pretty much going according to plan right here. And I think that when we look at it, okay, so I mean, I don't know what this means right here, but I mean, Jeremiah Love does not have his jacket on. So I don't know if he's the guy that they selected or not, or maybe this is like some delayed video here. But if he's still sitting in that green room, that means that he's not going to the Cardinals. But if he does, that'll be great. But if you're the Cardinals, man, I'm looking at Spencer Fano right now, man. You got to show up that offensive line. You got quarterback issues. You got some offensive line issues. You got Tyler Algier, who you just signed from the Atlanta Falcons. I think that he's a really good running back. So you need to find ways in order to try to keep your quarterback up and also have your running game find success. But we're going to see, man, with the number 3 pick. Let's see what Arizona is going to do as Roger Goodell approaches the podium to let us know what the Cards are going to do at number 3. Wow. So they did go with Jeremiah Love. So that was just delayed video right there because he had his jacket off. So they go and they get Jeremiah Love. All right. So they decide that they want to go with an elite player, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But I'm shocked, man. I would have thought that they would have went. I would have thought that they would have went with an offensive lineman. But hey, man, when you got a guy who has the talent and the skill set of a Jeremiah Love, I can't get mad at him. Can't get mad at him for that, man. All right, so you got Jeremiah Love, you got Tyler Algier. You think about this, man. You think about, you got to feel bad a little bit for Tyler Algier, man. Tyler Algier ends up signing with the Arizona Cardinals because he wanted an opportunity, right? He wanted an opportunity to kind of be the featured back. He loses out to Bijan Robinson, and then lo and behold, here comes another guy with the same type of skill set and abilities of a Bijan, and it's basically deja vu all over again, man. So I kind of feel bad for Tyler Algier a little bit, but at the end of the day, look, man, when you got a guy this talented, you can't pass this up. You can't pass this up right here. But man, I'm just wondering, like, what the Tennessee Titans are going to do. Are they going to get Arvell Reese right here? Are they going to get Arvell Reese? That's the main question. All right, so Arvell Reese is still out there. You got Caleb Downs that's still out there. You got Cornell Tate that's still out there. I think, based on what I'm seeing right here, I'm thinking that the New Orleans Saints are probably going to stay at 8. I'll be shocked. Like, I don't think there's a player right now that you need to move up for. This is a guy that you want to move up for if you need him. If you desperately want him, you want to move up to that spot for a guy like this. Other than that, I mean, you got Arvell Reese, but a lot of scouts feel like he's a work in progress. He'll probably flash, but he's probably not going to give you everything that you need right now. I mean, he's young, and he still has some growing to do. So, yeah, man, Arizona going with Jeremiah Love. I mean, that's a pretty much a guy that can make some things happen for you. But you got to build an offensive line around him. So maybe they feel like they can maybe get offensive linemen later in the draft. This is a pretty deep draft for offensive linemen. You can find some guys in some of those later rounds that could possibly be starters for you. So, so at the end of the day, I guess they feel like they need to go with a dynamic playmaker. I mean, you align him alongside Marvin Harrison Jr. You got some talent out there in Arizona. So you get yourself a really good potent running attack. That's a start. Let's see. I don't see a lot layers worth trading up for and giving a next year draft pick. I don't either. If you're the Saints, I don't feel like that's necessary. But hey, I mean, maybe they see somebody. Maybe, they believe in Caleb Downs. But I just think that at 8, I think that you already got yourself a really good, spot, and then you're going to get yourself a really good player. All right, so let's see. That totally shock for Jeremiah Love pick on Arizona. Even I ain't even mad either. TJ, I ain't even tripped. Yeah, I mean, I ain't trip about that, man. If you're a Saints fan, I mean, you got Travis Etienne. I think that he's going to be a really good running back. And they got some good running backs that's going to be picked later on in the draft. I'm keeping an eye on Mike Washington Jr., running back out of Arkansas. He's probably going to be a guy that's going to be a really good difference maker for a team. You got a couple more running backs out there that are going to be a part of the process as well. So, my all hope is lost. I mean, but when you got a dynamic player like Jeremiah Love, I mean, you got to be able to take advantage of that. So the Titans, they ran up to the podium pretty quickly here, man. So they were one of those teams that a lot of people thought that were going to get Jeremiah Love. So this leaves an opportunity for possibly Orville Reese or Sonny Styles. Sonny Styles could be a pick for them. He's being compared to Fred Warner, right? Fred Warner was under Robert Saleh as the 49ers defensive coordinator before he became, the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. So if you can get yourself another Fred Warner inside of your organization, like that'll be a plus. But you gotta wonder, is it going to be Orville Reese or Sonny Styles? I mean, if you're Robert Saleh, you're trying to set the tone here. You're trying to set the tone, and you're trying to make an impact. So either one of those players would be a really good pick for Saleh, and be a really good pick for his first pick as the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. All right, says, what's up? Hope everyone is good. You know what it is. Says, who that? Yeah, man, you already know what it is. I appreciate you for being here. 202 people watching this right now. I need to have 202 likes, please. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. As we look at the number 4 pick, we're going to find out who the Tennessee Titans are going to select as Roger Goodell approaches the podium yet again. Let's see what he says. Wow. Whoa. And my TV went out. I'm so shocked. My TV went out. Carnell Tate. Wow. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, and wow again. I mean, unbelievable right here. I mean, absolutely shocking right now. I mean, what in the world is going on? I mean, my TV went out. even my television couldn't believe this. Carnell Tate, 4th overall pick. Wow, man. Nobody saw this coming, man. Absolutely shocking developments right now, man. Absolutely shocking right now. So, look, man, I know some Saints fans out there extremely bummed about this one. I know it. But Carnell Tate is an extremely talented player, man. No doubt about that. No doubt about that, man. Unbelievable. What, 9 touchdowns this past season. A surefire wide receiver 1 right here. And they're trying to find somebody that Cam Ward can get the ball to. And Carnell Tate can be that guy, man. He can end up being that guy. So, man, this draft is not going the way that a lot of people thought, for the exception of 1 and 2. It's going in a completely different direction. I did not expect this at all, ladies and gentlemen, at all. I did not expect what I'm watching right now to be happening right now. This is unbelievable, man. I mean, Jeremiah Love going to Arizona and Carnell Tate to the Tennessee Titans, man. Unbelievable. I mean, wow. I'm shocked, man. I'm absolutely shocked right now. So, I mean, the way that this draft is shaping up, you got 5. So you still got Sonny Styles out there. You still got Caleb Downs out there, and you still got Arvell Reese out there. So if you are the Saints, all right, if you're a Saints fan, I mean, you sitting pretty, so there's no need for the Saints to move at all. You're gonna get a really good player. So, like I said, Caleb Downs is still available. Arvell Reese is still out there. I mean, Sonny Styles, like, man, wow. But I did not expect this, man. I did not expect Carnell Tate to be the 4th overall pick. And I'm pretty sure the Titans end up selecting him because they probably thought that the Giants were going to go after Carnell Tate. So we all know that Brian Daboll is now the offensive coordinator of the Titans, where he was fired by the Giants. So maybe that was his way of sticking it to the Giants when he knew that more than likely the Giants were going to go after Tate. All right, so what y'all think the Giants are going to do at 5? I'm just going to say that maybe we'll hear Carnell Tate. No, excuse me, not Carnell Tate. Caleb Downs' name called. I think we'll probably hear Caleb Downs here. You know, you got John Harbaugh. We know what he does with safeties. I mean, he had Ed Reed all those years. He got some of these really talented guys. On the team. I mean, they always had like themselves a really good safety in Baltimore. So, this could be one of those cases where history repeats itself. So Caleb Downs going to the Giants would not be a shock to me, but everything so far, for the exception of 1 and 2, has been absolutely shocking. So 3 and 4, I mean, I'm completely shocked by the 3rd and the 4th pick. So you got 2 teams that a lot of individuals thought that were going to go defense or maybe offensive linemen, and they go offense. So, man, unbelievable stuff, man. Unbelievable stuff. Says Tyson to the Giants. I know I am bummed about it. This shocked me. Yeah, I mean, look, I thought that it might have been a stretch, for him to be there, at 8 for the Saints. I mean, you had a lot of teams that need wide receiver help, so that would have been tough anyway. But yeah, it is what it is, man. There's plenty more wide receivers that are going to be available in the 2nd round, in the 3rd round, that can be difference makers for a team. But yeah, I think there's a huge separation between Carnell Tate, Carnell Tate and Jordan Tyson. I think there's a degree of separation. But hey, man, we'll see. We'll see. Saints going edge rusher or cornerback. Sonny Styles still there. Yeah. Giants up next. Saints need to take notes, give Shuck some real weapons. Yeah, man. But like I said, when you think about John Harbaugh, John Harbaugh, he knows what to do with a safety. He knows how to use a safety. I can tell you that. And Caleb Downs being available. When he's had in the past, he's had Ed Reed, he's had Kyle Hamilton. I mean, Caleb Downs kind of is cut from that same mold as a Kyle Hamilton. So Giants could go Downs or Styles. Yeah. Chiefs trade up. Who are they gonna trade up for? Who are they gonna trade up for? Let's see, the Giants historically have always been known for defense. Linebackers are down calling. Yeah. I think Tyson goes to the Giants. Caleb Downs, you are a Saint. Well, I'll tell you what. If the Giants don't select him here, you still have to worry about Washington, man. Washington still needs like some defensive players out there. So if they don't get Caleb Downs, then I think he might land with the Saints. If you don't hear Caleb Downs here, I don't think Cleveland is going to select him. I think Cleveland, based on like how the draft going right now, they might go offensive line. Washington, they need players in the secondary. Their secondary was atrocious last year. So, they might end up getting Mansour Delane. Who knows? I mean, Mansour Delane is going to be a number one corner on somebody's team. So like I said, if Caleb Downs' name isn't called here, then you're probably looking at Cleveland getting offensive line help. You still have to worry about Washington possibly drafting Caleb Downs. But like I say, Arvell Reese is available, Sonny Styles. So, I mean, I if I'm a betting man, the Saints are going to sit tight at number 8. No need. There's no need. There's no need. You're going to get yourself a really good player, like a really good player at number 8, based on how this draft is transpired. All right, so we got the New York Giants. Got Roger Goodell coming to the podium. So let's see what it's going to be. Exciting draft so far, though, man. Very exciting draft. Like, I like the unpredictability. What y'all think about the draft? Do y'all like the unpredictability? Because, I mean, this draft has not gone the way that a lot of people thought. I know it hasn't for me. Yeah, man. Shouts out to all the troops out there, man. Want to dedicate this show to my brother-in-law, James Holston, man, part of the United States Navy, overseas, man. So salute to you, man. Hopefully everything, they'll handle business. Come on back home, man. All right, so Arvell Reese is off the board. All right, man. Is it all right? So, all right, so you got Arvell Reese. All right, he's off the board. So that leaves Sonny Styles. That leaves Caleb Downs. Might be Mansour Delane. Hey, man, this is exciting. This is exciting right now. Man. I mean, Arvell Reese, man. So I think that this is a good spot for Arvell because you already got some polished defensive linemen on the team right now, some guys that can get after the quarterback. And like I said, man, he's raw right now. I mean, he's young. I think he's just 20 years old. So, this is a guy who has a lot of growing to do, but in the process of him growing, you got some guys out there that can already get it done. And he's going to flash, man. He's going to make plays. He's definitely going to make some plays for you, but you don't have to rely solely on this guy and try to, trade him, but we got a trade alert. The Cleveland Browns have traded their pick to the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh my goodness. The Kansas City Chiefs moving up. Will they stab the Saints in the back again and get a player that the Saints want? Man, who do y'all think this is going to be? Who is it going to be, man? Look, this is this Ruben Bain territory. Is this Ruben Bain territory, folks? Is this Ruben Bain territory? The pick is in. Ladies and gentlemen, could this be Caleb Downs? If this Caleb Downs, I know Saints fans are going to just completely despise the Kansas City Chiefs for years to come. Like, man, y'all just jump up and just take every pick. Y'all jumped up and took Patrick Mahomes. Now y'all gonna do it again, get Caleb Downs. Oh, man. Or this could be Sonny. Well, I don't know if this is gonna be Sonny Styles, man. I think they're pretty good right here. This could be Ruben Bain. This could be Mansour Delane. Who y'all think this is gonna be? I think this is gonna be Delane. I think this could possibly be Delane. this Delane or Caleb Downs, one or the other. But if I could toss it up, I'm gonna just say Delane because man, they need some help in the secondary. So, man, them Chiefs though, boy. The Chiefs, boy, they historically. All right, man. So, I mean, like I said, regardless, Saints gonna get themselves a really good pick if you're a Saints fan right now. Kansas City, I mean, they jumped up here. I'm pretty sure like they gave up they late round. They had another first round pick, so I'm pretty sure they gave that up to move up. This is getting interesting. Reese, Burns, and Adu. Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man. I don't want Styles. We can get a generational player at 8. The Chiefs traded up. Yep. I mean, this is. I would be shocked if it's not somebody in the secondary. I mean, but it could be Jordan Tyson. Now it could be Jordan Tyson, folks. It could be Jordan Tyson too, because you got to think about Rashee Rice. He's a guy who is up for a big contract with the Kansas City Chiefs, but he's been having a lot of off the field issues, man. And you might want to go with somebody that you don't have to worry about that with. So this could actually be Jordan Tyson as well. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs need a wide receiver. Washington, they were projected to possibly draft a wide receiver. Saints need a wide receiver, so this could possibly be, Jordan Tyson. But let's see, they get the 6th overall pick. The Browns get the 9th. They get the 2026 third round and 5. So that's not too much they gave up right there. They still get to keep their additional first round pick. But I mean, Andy Reid looked like he just took a trip to the Bahamas and then, came to the war room. But all right, man. So let's see who this is right here, man. Who do y'all think is going to be? I'm gonna say it is a member of the secondary, but if it's Jordan Tyson, this wouldn't surprise me because I mean, like I said, you got some guys that are unproven in that wide receiver room right now. But let's see what they're gonna do. Yeah, yep. Good spot for him, man. Really good spot for him. That was my pick. That's why I had the New Orleans Saints taking with the 8th pick. But look, I ain't mad at it, man. Mansour Delane is a guy that's going to be a number 1 corner. He's a sure tackler. He's a shutdown guy. And like I said, the Kansas City Chiefs need help in the secondary. So right now, man, the Commanders are on the clock. So what are they going to do here, man? The pick is already in. So could this be Caleb Downs? Could this be Caleb Downs? All right, so say who would you? I would have picked the lane of Caleb Downs. I think they were concerned about the Commanders possibly getting Mansour Delane or the Saints. So here we go, man. I mean, if this pick isn't, if it's not Sonny Styles here, you need to run to the podium and get Caleb Downs if you're the Saints. I mean, but we'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, really good, talented player right here, man. And being a part of the Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, this is a guy that's going to legitimize their secondary. So I mean, you gotta be proud of him, man. Proud of this young man. Hard work, dedication. Handled his business with the LSU Tigers. Bet on himself by transferring from Virginia Tech to LSU, and now he's the 6th overall pick, man. All right, got yourself a lockdown, shutdown corner right here. And the pick is indeed in for the Washington Commanders. So, I mean, they need help in that secondary, man. So this could, I hate to say it, folks, this could possibly be Caleb Downs right here. Could be. Could be. All right, so Mansour Delane with the 6th pick, the 6th overall pick, Kansas City felt like it was worth the risk, and I agree with him. All right. I mean, you get a good player, and you don't have to apologize to anybody. You look like prophets. You look like you know what the heck you're doing. All right. So who y'all think, man? This could be Caleb Downs territory right here, man. Could be Caleb Downs territory, folks. Yeah, man. But Mansour Delane, man, one of the best players in collegiate football last year. 34 tackles, 2 interceptions, 11 pass deflectors, a unanimous All-American. Is a member of the Kansas City Chiefs, man. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to him. They getting downs. Well, if the Commanders get downs, man, then Sonny Styles is still available. Some people are like, I don't want Sonny Styles, man, if you're the New Orleans Saints. But hey, man, that guy is going to be a special player. If you're looking for a guy that can be a leader for the next 5 to 10 years on your football team, Sonny Styles is that guy. He's that guy, folks. I mean, he carries himself respectfully. He carries himself like a leader. Like, you may not, look at that as a prime position, being an off-ball linebacker, but man, if this guy's flying all over the field and making plays, man, you're gonna be like, man, yeah, this is what the New Orleans Saints need. But we'll see, man. I mean, could possibly be going to the Commanders right here, but we'll see. All right, so here we go. Got Jerome Bettis out here. Got Lynn Swan. 2 Pittsburgh Steelers greats right here. Boy, them was some legends right there, boy. Them boys can play. Lynn Swan was man, he was a beast, man. For Randy Moss, be leaping up in the air, them 50-50 balls. That was the original 50-50 ball getter right there. And we got Jerome Bettis out here. I mean, we already know the bus. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Sonny Styles goes to the Commanders. If you're the New Orleans Saints, this better. This better be Caleb Downs. This better be Caleb Downs. This better be Caleb Downs. This better be Caleb Downs, man. This better be Caleb Downs. This better be Caleb Downs. This gotta be Caleb Downs. This gotta be Caleb Downs. Like, I'm sorry. Look, I like Ruben Bain. This gotta be Caleb Downs. Caleb Downs is he's probably the first or the second best player in this entire draft. Some people say Jeremiah Love, some people say Fernando Mendoza, but many people are saying Caleb Downs. This man has fell into your lap. Man, you got Carl Granderson and you got Chase Young. Like, solidify your secondary and get yourself a guy that's going to be the leader in your secondary. I mean, it's here for the taking, man. It's here for the taking. But we all know New Orleans Saints, they don't do things a conventional way. They do things their way. But we gonna see. But man, Caleb Downs has fell in your lap. He has fallen in your lap. And I'm pretty sure the Saints probably would have got Sonny Styles if he was still available. So we talk about best player available. That's what we talking about right here. You set yourself up to have the best player available. Let's see what the New Orleans Saints gonna do. Let's see what they gonna do. But Caleb Downs, man, is the best player available right now. The best player available. That dude was an absolute freak show at the combine, by the way. But they got themselves a leader for the next 10 years right there. That guy's going to be a leader for the next 10 years, man. I mean, you talking about somebody with a good head on their shoulder. You're talking about a guy that loves football. I mean, a leader on the field, off the field. That's what you're talking about right there. Sonny Styles, man. I mean, y'all see him, man, just overcome with emotion right there, trying to fight back the tears. That's the type of guy that's going to give you everything and more every single Sunday on a football field, man. All right, so the pick is in. Ladies and gentlemen, the New Orleans Saints pick is in. All right, so we're going to see. But I'm just saying, like, this, if we're talking about best player available, if we're talking about the best player available, it should be Caleb Downs. It should be Caleb Downs. Don't try to reinvent the wheel here. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. I mean, the only thing that probably would be passable to some Saints fans at this point would be Jordan Tyson. All right, but Caleb Downs is right there, man. He is right there for you. I mean, if this isn't Caleb Downs, I'll be shocked. I'll be shocked here, man. I mean, and you know, the reason why I'm not saying Ruben Bain or Jordan Tyson, because I think about what Mickey Loomis said at the pre-draft press conference. He talked about, like, they're not looking for outliers, right? They looking for, you know, they want to trust the process, and, you know, guys that wasn't a part of the draft process in the combine due to injuries and stuff like that, you know, that does play a role. So you got yourself a guy who is a easy study, a very easy study. Very easy study here. I mean, so, amen. Amen. Man, look, if this not Caleb Downs, man, I mean, if this is okay, like I said, the only passable pick that I can understand would be Jordan Tyson. Like, if you just feel like, man, this dude right here, like, I know he's been injured, but man, this dude is going to be our number one receiver for years to come. But Caleb Downs is the guy that you need to select if we're talking about best player available. If the Saints set themselves up by getting these draft, like getting these free agent acquisitions, this is the best player available. Some people even say this guy's the best player in the draft, and he's falling to you. You got to do it, man. You got to do it. You got to do it. But like I said, the only other player that I think that I would understand if they were to draft Jordan Tyson right here. If they were to draft Jordan Tyson, you know what I mean? I get it, but this has got to be Caleb Downs. This got to be Caleb Downs right now. I mean, he is the number one best player in this entire draft in a lot of people's eyes, man. And he's right there. He's right there for you. Right there. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Where's the Saints just go completely out in left field and just get an offensive lineman? Well, they just, you know, just getting an old lineman. But like, regardless, man, even if they were to do that, it would be understandable. But it'd be like, man, like at this point, like, you got to go with the best player available, man. It's Caleb Downs. It's Caleb Downs, man, and then Jordan Tyson. So, you know what I mean? If you take Downs, does wide receiver become a number one priority for the rest of the draft because it's a real hole? I agree on Downs, though. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but I'm telling you, outside of Cornell Tate, Jordan Tyson, there aren't too many elite guys. Like, both of those players, both of those wide receivers are easy study. Everybody else is kind of like, yeah, you know, he'll give you a little something, but you know, he got some things that he want to work on. But I'm talking about somebody that's going to be a complete impactful player for you immediately, like Caleb Downs, Jordan Tyson. But at this stage, we're talking about the best player available. It got to be Caleb Downs. It's got to be Caleb Downs. I mean, like I said, at best, Jordan Tyson. But this should be Caleb Downs here. If the Saints don't get Caleb Downs here, I mean, the Giants going to be licking their chops because I think that I don't think Cleveland is going to like get a safety. All right, let's see what they got here. Yeah, okay. All right. All right. All right. Not mad at that. But man, ooh, man, Caleb Downs should have, man, Caleb Downs right there. Now he about to go. They about to. The Giants about to get. If the Cleveland Browns don't get Caleb Downs, the Giants about to get Arvell Reese and Caleb Downs. But man, I ain't mad at it. 6'2", 203 pounds, Jordan Tyson. Excitement is coming to New Orleans, ladies and gentlemen. Agent Zero has arrived. And I already said, if the Saints get their hands on him, this guy's going to be the Saints' #1 receiver. I'm sorry, Chris, but this man is special. You know, if he can stay healthy, my goodness. Oh, man, my goodness. But man, I just think Caleb Downs is going to be special. But this guy has the capability of being special as well. Not mad at the pick at all. At all. Agent Zero is, man, my goodness, man. He's overcome with emotion. Hey, man. Hey, man. This young man can be special. He can be special, ladies and gentlemen. If everything pans out, this man can stay healthy. That's what I'm talking about, man. Hey, looking at dude's eyes, man. He got some dog in him, man. He got some dog in him. Man, that man got some dog in him, man. Man, Saints got them one, ladies and gentlemen. Saints got themselves one. This dude can stay healthy, man. They got one. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling you. But man, they gave up on Caleb Downs. God, dog, man. God, Lee, boy. I ain't mad at it, but whoo, boy. Caleb Downs, man, that man, whoo, bruh. Man, my goodness, man. Boy. Let's hear from Jordan Tyson.
What can you say to those out there who may deal with adversity, injuries in this game, some of the things that you've handled about perseverance?
The Lord said it's going to be hard, and you have to persevere. Life is not easy. Keep going, boy. You got it. You strong. I promise you, you're so strong. Just keep going. You got it.
Congratulations.
For a moment, Booger, as you were pointing out, the number of times over the last year or so, he must have wondered if this moment would ever come.
Man, this young man is not flashy, just humble. Man, he got some dog in him, man. I'm telling you, he got some dog in him. If I say where the Chris Bell fans at, yeah. Hey man, so what y'all think, man? Y'all look, do y'all agree with this pick, or do you feel like, man, Caleb Downs are right there? I mean, because I think Cleveland gonna get offensive lineman here, so I cannot see John Harbaugh passing up on Caleb Downs again. I just don't. I said, this man got some dog in him, though, man. Love it. Who that? They got themselves one, though, man. Says, great pick. I'm cool with it, but Downs was right. Ooh, he was there. He was there, man. Ooh. Man. That got it. That I know that had to provide a chip on his shoulder because he was pretty confident. All right, let's see what they got. Let's see what. Yep. Ooh, I don't see Caleb Downs. I do not see the Giants pass. I do not see him passing them up again, man. I will be shocked. I will be shocked. Flabbergasted. If the Giants pass up or like John Harbaugh passes up on Caleb Downs, I would be shocked. Saints need to get aggressive and go for Downs. My goodness, bro. But what you gonna give up? Like, ain't no team gonna jump like ain't no anybody. Like, no. What you gonna give up for? Like, no way. And that pick already in. That pick already in, man. I'm telling you, like, TJ, I swear I had nothing to do with the Chiefs picking the lane. Hey, man, look, I ain't mad at them. I mean, that's a good pick for them. That's a good pick. Exactly. You would be giving up the farm. Yeah, yeah. That ship is sailed. The Saints made their bid. They got a lie in that joint. But Jordan Tyson, I mean, dude got some dog in him. But man, Caleb Downs was right there. He was right there, man. Saints win offensive line. No, they didn't. They got Tyler Shucker. They got another guy, man. So now Saints fans can, stop saying that the Saints don't have nothing in their locker room at wide receiver. What? What? Ain't no way my boy falling like this. Oh my goodness, man. I thought, bruh. I thought for sure. I don't know. Oh man. I don't know. I don't even know no more, man. How is Caleb Downs still on the board, bro? How is Caleb Downs still on the board, bro? How is Caleb Downs still on the freaking board, man? How? That is completely unacceptable. That is complete. I mean, look, I ain't got nothing against Miles Gore. Miles Gore, like he's a dog, man. Didn't give up no sacks last season. Didn't give up none of them. But okay, so we got a trade alert. The Dolphins have made a trade. Who they trading? Who trading? Dallas moving up. Could this be Caleb Downs? Could this be Caleb Downs? I'm tired of predicting for Caleb Downs, man. This man should have been gone. Man, Dallas got back-to-back picks? Wow. So they didn't even have to give up the Wow. Wow, man. So the Cowboys got back-to-back picks, 12 and 13. Wow. All right, way to go, Jerry. I'm pretty sure he probably gave up one of them picks that the Jets gave him. Man, wow. Man. Man, if Caleb Downs isn't one of these Cowboy picks, okay, no, all right, now that makes sense. I was about to say Dallas got 11 and the 12 pick. Okay, okay, now that makes sense. That makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. I was about to say them boy about to do some damage. All right, man. Look, I need my boy Caleb Downs to get off this board, man. Like, this is totally unacceptable. I've been lobbying for Caleb Downs for the last 10, 15 minutes. Man, this is totally unacceptable, man. Caleb Downs is arguably the best player in the entire draft. He just so happens to play at a position of safety where people don't value that much. But this man can play in a nickel and he can play safety. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to think. All right. Caleb Downs should have been gone. Downs going to them Cowgirls. Dallas should take Downs and Bain. They didn't have back-to-back picks. I guess they did. They messed up the graphic. So Dallas moves into 11. The Dolphins move into 12, where the Cowboys originally were. Says happy with the pick. Yeah, I know a lot of Saints fans are excited about Jordan Tyson. I'm excited about Jordan Tyson. You know, I think that he's a really good player. But dang, Caleb Downs was there. I mean, I don't know, man. That, to me, if we're talking about guys with question marks, who has the most, it's not Caleb Downs. But I completely understand. The New Orleans Saints got the best wide receiver in the draft in some people's eyes. All right, we can get a Thielen from Oregon. I you know what? I don't think he's gonna be there. I don't think he's gonna be there in the second round. I don't. I think he's gonna be I think he's gonna be a first round pick. You don't wear a suit that damn fly and gonna be sitting there in the second round. Like, you just don't. Like, homeboy came out there sauced out. Like, nah, I don't see it. 407 people watching this right now in real time. Please hit the like button. Please hit the like button. And I want to appreciate Scarecrow. Says TJ, please avoid spoilers. No one spoil anything. Yes, thank you. Please, pretty please, with sugar on top. If your TV is ahead of everybody else's, congratulations. All right, you got the best damn cable company in America. But please, pretty please, do not spoil it for everybody else. All right, don't spoil it for everybody else. All right, this is the Straight Up TJ podcast, and we're hosted and sponsored by Lucy. Shouts out to Lucy being official sponsor of the Straight Up TJ podcast. And if you're just joining us, the New Orleans Saints did not move out of the number 8 spot. Instead, they went and they drafted Jordan Tyson, wide receiver out of Arizona State, probably the most dynamic and pro-ready wide receiver in this entire draft. So shouts out to Mickey Loomis and the Saints front office. And they got themselves a really good player if everything can, go right for Jordan Tyson. Let's see. The problem is, who do the Saints draft in round 2? It's going to be eeny, meeny, miny, mo pick in round. I don't think so. I mean, you open yourself up for, possible cornerback, right? I mean, Colton Hood might be there, right? You know what I'm saying? You got some other guys out there, like you got Keontae Scott that could be available for you. You get what I'm saying? Like you got some very talented players. They can probably get a player in their secondary in the second round. So at the end of the day, they still in a good spot. They just addressed the cornerback position, right? I mean, you got Keontae Scott. You probably got Colton Hood. You got D'Angelo Pines. So, TJ, do you see Tyson taking the wide receiver 1 spot from Olave? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do see that. I see it. And I'm this is not hyperbole. I just think that the guy is a better overall wide receiver than what Chris Olave is. Chris Olave is a really good top shelf wide receiver. And I do think with the help of, of Tyler Shuck, the way that he is trusting Chris Olave, I think that Chris Olave is going to be really good. But I think that Jordan Tyson, look, when you got a quarterback like Tyler Shuck, he elevates everybody around him. So if you're a average wide receiver, you're going to look good. If you're a good wide receiver, you might look elite. And if you're an elite wide receiver, you might look all pro-like. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Jordan Tyson has all of the makings of being a really good, like all pro caliber wide receiver. And Chris Olave is all pro. He's a second team all pro. But so what's that saying about, Jordan Tyson? All right, so here we go with the Dallas Cowboys. Please hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit the like button. Please, pretty please, with sugar on top. Please hit the like button. All right, so Dallas Cowboys, see what they're doing. There we go. There we go. I know this man laughing. He laughing because he know he should have been off the board, man. Caleb, unacceptable, man. Dude is a dog, man. Dude is an absolute dog, man. Yeah, he frustrated, man. Yeah, he know he should have been the top. That man should have been a top 10 pick. You can see it in his eyes. Yeah, but I mean, look. If anything, you know what I'm saying, the lights are going to be, shine upon Caleb Downs, in a major way because he's going to be going to the Dallas Cowboys. But look, man, this dude is a special player, man. He's a special player. But man, this man was there. Ooh, he was there, bro. He was there. He was there, man. You can tell he's smiling now, man, but he thought he was gonna be gone. Look, my goodness. I just hope this don't come back. This man, he can be a special player, man. I don't know if any of y'all like watch this man at Ohio State, at Alabama. He's special, man. I don't think they're going to be a problem with Tyson and Olave playing. No, I don't think so. I think they're going to be like, I think they're going to be really good teammates. Olave is not one of those guys that's selfish. And Jordan Tyson is not one of those guys either. So I think they're going to be like a really good 1-2 punch. As long as they both can stay healthy. Dolphins should get Lemon. Man, we'll see, man. We'll see. Now we got to watch Caleb Downs transform a whole defense. Man, that dude a dog, man. That's like throwback stuff right here, bro. And these teams, they get these analytics and they say, oh man, this player played this position. We shouldn't man. I don't care. Dallas Cowboys got themselves one. They got themselves one, man. And if you look at what the Dallas has done, making those trade, got Quinn Williams. I believe they got Kenny Clark. They got Sean Gary. They got Caleb Downs in the secondary. And you can probably get yourself another off-ball linebacker late in the draft. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think they got another first-round pick. I think they acquired from Green Bay. Yeah. TJ, you draft Traden Stukes, Jamon McCoy, Keontae Scott, Jacob Rodriguez, etc. Plenty of pick. Yeah. I mean, look, I don't think it messed up the draft. The Saints need a wide receiver. Ain't that what the talk was? Talk was the Saints need a wide receiver. The Saints, they need a wide receiver, man. We ain't got nobody. Well, what you think they were gonna do? How you think the draft was gonna pan out if they got a wide receiver? And like I said, man, the Saints have got two picks in the top 50. You're gonna get yourself some really good players. I mean, they already got the best wide receiver in the draft in some people's eyes. So some people say Cornell Tate. Some people say Jordan Tyson. A lot of people probably would have been saying Jordan Tyson a lot more if he didn't have the injury history. Yo, nose tackle Lee Hunter is a beast. Definitely would like to see him dominate on our defense. Pick number 20. Yeah. I mean, so they can circle back and get somebody else. All right, Roger Goodell got the pick for the Miami Dolphins. Hold tight, Nash. I'll read yours. I'll read yours next. Okay, so Caden Proctor, big left tackle right there. Gotta get somebody to protect Malik Willis. So, man, that's a big boy right there, boy. That's ham hocks and turnip green right there, boy. You missed out. Sounds like. You know how this chat is, TJ. Had we took downs, they would have been saying we should have took Tyson. just be jiffing. Like, nah, I mean, look, Caleb Downs at that point, he was there for the taking. But I understand the Jordan Tyson. I understand that. I understand it. He was just right there, man. I'm not mad at the pick. I don't think Saints fans should be mad at the pick. I think that both players can be very, very beneficial to their franchises. Jerry G, you good, bro? I pulled a TJ Jones from 2020 and 2021. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't think it's worth having like a Cesar Ruiz moment, but I do feel like, man, he was there for the taking. It's almost like well, I can't even say it was the Mahomes thing because Mahomes wasn't there. But it's like in the end, you end up getting Marshawn Lattimore. So you end up getting a really good football player. So not mad, but it's like, man, he was there. Man, he was there. Would be the Cowboys. Yeah, man. I mean, they love themselves. They love their stars. Nash says, I think they should have got Downs and Chris Bell. I'm the second round, but I'm okay with Tyson. Yeah, but like I said, you got the best wide receiver in the draft. So if you would have settled for Chris Bell, you wouldn't have more than likely got the best wide receiver in the draft. You would have got a really good, talented wide receiver, but you wouldn't have got the best wide receiver in the draft. You can't get mad at the Saints because the Saints, they got the best player that was available at a position. So Jordan Tyson was the best player available at the wide receiver position. But man, Caleb Downs was there. Man, he was there. He was there, man. Ruben Bain is falling, ladies and gentlemen. Ruben Bain is falling. So those 31-inch arms are going to be a cause for concern. At least we didn't go against the grain and pick somebody way left field from some unknown small school. Yeah. Baby steps. This is an offensive league now. We need weapons. I'm good with the Tyson pick. Yeah. I mean, I don't see why anybody should be upset with that. I don't even think that's even worth having an aneurysm over. I understand if you wanted Caleb Downs. I mean, I think the Saints should have considered that, but makes sense. All right. So this is Straight Up TJ podcast. We see Proctor going to the Miami Dolphins. You see Ty Simpson inside of the war room. Some people feel like this could be prime real estate for the Rams, where, you know, Matthew Stafford is getting up there in age. Don't know how many more years he's going to play. And Ty Simpson still on the board. So Ty Simpson is still a work in progress. So Matthew Stafford is still playing. So could sit on a bench, learn from Matthew Stafford, and maybe be ready when his time comes. I'm typing something, ladies and gentlemen. Just typing something. All right, so we got a poll question up right now. Are you okay with the Saints drafting Jordan Tyson at pick number 8? Go ahead and chime in. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Are you okay with the New Orleans Saints drafting Jordan Tyson, or do you feel like they should have maybe went after Caleb Downs or Reuben Bain Jr.? Let a brother know. Let me know. Let me know what you think. All right, what do you all think? Are you okay with the Saints drafting Jordan Tyson at pick number 8? We're gonna let that poll go. We're gonna let that poll. We'll get back to that just a little bit later in the show. Let's see. I don't know, TJ. Jordan Tyson doesn't seem to be explosive. He makes all the catches, but he doesn't really blow past people. Man, this guy can make plays, man. He can make plays. He can make some plays, my guy. I can't say he ain't got like blazing speed, but he can make some plays, man. He can make some plays. He can get behind the defense, and he can make some of those acrobatic catches, and he can get yards after the catch. I mean, that's win-win to me. That is win-win. Said Tyson runs a 4.4. Says 100% satisfied. Yes, sir. Says you need him to blow by. That's what Olave. Yeah, I mean, that's what they for. You know, we need a 50-50 possession. That's what the Saints need. They need a possession guy. They need somebody that's going to be able to do some of everything, and he can do some of everything. I think we already know that he can do some of everything. So there's no need for us to sit up here and be, you know, like I said, getting upset about stuff that makes absolutely no sense, right? It just doesn't make absolutely no sense whatsoever, you know. And we know that the Saints have, you know, they kings of doing that at times, doing stuff that makes absolutely no sense. All right, so the Rams right here, you know, a really good pick. Facts, TJ, and Tyson has the capability of blowing by guys. Yeah, I mean, he can make plays, man. This guy can make plays. Once again, we got the poll question up right now. We got it up. All right, are you okay with the Saints drafting Jordan Tyson at pick number 8? All right. You can type 1 or 2 in the chat, right? You type 1 or 2 in the chat. All right. 1 for yes, 2 for no. All right, so here we go. The Rams pick is in. So Ty Simpson. So Ty Simpson going to Los Angeles. And that is a really good spot for him, man. That's a really good spot. It's a guy who has a lot of potential. I mean, not where you want him to be just yet, you know, not where you want him to be just yet. But I say you learn under Matthew Stafford. You learn under him. So here we go, man. Ty Simpson. I mean, this was a lanyard pick for the Rams. So he got it from the Falcons. So I guess the Rams should say thank you, Atlanta. Ain't that crazy though? The Atlanta Falcons, you know, I mean, they got Tua Tagovailoa. You know, some people would say they still need a quarterback, and here the Rams drafted a quarterback in Ty Simpson. I mean, wow, you can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. Can't make this stuff up. But they still got Michael Penix. They still got Tua Tagovailoa, but ain't that something? Ain't that something, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah, that's a good spot for him, though. That's a good spot. You don't have to worry about, you know, starting day one. You can learn. You can become a much better version of a quarterback. And then by the time when your name and number is called, you'll be ready and prepared. So I trust McVay with Ty. Yeah, he's gonna be good. You know, as long as he you know, do the right things. And you know, I mean, it was some questionable quarterback play at Alabama for Ty Simpson. I mean, but you know, he showed some promise. But he also showed he had a lot of work to do, man. It was a lot of games where you know, he could have stepped up, made some things happen, but you know. Tampa is moving up. Let's see, the Ravens pick is in right now. So we got the Ravens. So let's see what the Ravens gonna do. Could this be a Ruben Bain pick right here? All right, we haven't heard Ruben Bain name. I mean, could Tampa draft Ruben Bain? I mean, could that be it? That's Reese for Simpson. That may be a Reese Dalton, but I mean, it was a lanyard pick. It was a lanyard pick because you know the Rams already got another first round draft pick, so they can get themselves a guy who has potential, and you know, like man, you can have him in your back pocket. You can have him in your back pocket. So I mean, I don't think that's a reach. I mean, they have nothing to lose. I mean, they got a draft pick from another team, so they decided that they wanted to invest in the future. And you know, I trust Sean McVay with a guy like this. Like Sean McVay is not going to like the Rams. Like there's one thing you can say about the Rams. You can dislike the Rams and all the Nola no call stuff if you're a Saints fan, but at the end of the day, the Rams do a damn good job at player evaluations. Like they get players late in the draft, third, fourth round picks, guys making plays, guys getting second contract, guys, you know, becoming unrestricted free agents and making money. So if they feel like this guy is worth them drafting in the first round, I'm gonna trust it. Because I mean, we seen the Rams draft players and they always seem to work out. So they did their homework. I trust that front office. We should trade with Cowboys for the 20th spot. For what you gonna give them? What you gonna give them? All right, look. I don't think the Saints are in the business to pay a king's ransom for anything. I mean, even Mickey Loomis had to admit, he said, we not one player away. He already said it. Boy, them draft boards be changing quick. Yeah, man, this draft is not going the way that anybody anticipated. But I still think Ty Simpson fits Sean McVay's offense. Yep, sure does. Definitely does. I don't think you draft for potential in round one, especially that early, maybe at pick 30. Well, like I said, I mean, it's the Rams. I mean, the Rams already got themselves a quarterback. The Rams, like, think about this. I'm shocked the Rams even got a first round pick. When the last time I seen the Rams like draft in the first round? Like normally they just be drafting third, fourth round, and they still be getting players that be making plays. So I trust them, man. I not too many organizations I trust. Ooh, they got Vegas. They got Big Vega, man. All right, so Tampa, they got their pick. Could this be Ruben Maine Jr.? Well, we all know if it don't pan out, he can be, a professional wrestler. if it don't pan out, right? I mean, we already know the bloodline saga is starting to kick up, so I'm pretty sure main event Jey Uso probably gonna need him an enforcer. But at the end of the day, I don't think that's gonna happen because Vega is one hell of a player, man. Freakishly athletic, really good interior offensive lineman here, probably the best in the draft. Everybody knows, man. I mean, watch this lead block right here, man. I mean, watch when they show that lead block. I mean, this guy is an athlete and that band pushed off. How the hell that wasn't a flag, by the way? I mean, I wouldn't even want that to be on no highlight tape. Man, I mean, and gave the guy something extra at the end. All right, so here we go. The Buccaneers, the pick is indeed in. And you got Vega going to Baltimore, which makes perfect sense. I mean, big physical guy, so kind of fit that mold. So that day two will be real interesting. I think this entire draft for the Saints is going to be real interesting. Rams playing is safe, that's all. Bain is still on the board. Yeah, a lot of people, man, they trust those analytics. They trust those analytics, man. They're not trying to invest, a top 10 pick in a guy that got 31-inch arms. To get back in at pick number 20, it will take at least 2 ones and a second and fourth. Yeah, I don't think that'll be a smart idea. I don't think that'd be a smart idea because you don't have to do that. Like, like what are you doing? You just want to entertain the fans for the night? That's what you want to do. You just want to entertain the fans. Like, ain't got too much going on. They ain't got too much going on, man. Shoot, man. Saints, jump back in the first round. Like, you don't need to do that. Yeah, man. Anybody going to see that Michael Jackson movie? It's playing right now. I think it picked a bad weekend to go because, everybody going to be watching the draft, but Michael Jackson waits for no man. Right? Anybody want to go see that movie? I think it's going to be good. Everybody that I've seen watch the premiere said it was real good. I'm gonna check it out though, man. I'm gonna go check it out. I'm gonna check that thing out, man. Check it out, yo. Yeah, right, TJ. That would be an entertainment move. Yeah, just trying to entertain y'all. Are you not entertained? I'm entertained right now, man. This draft is not going the way that anybody anticipates. I mean, from like the first couple picks. Jackson State on the movie. Yeah, Jackson State was on the movie, man. Shouts out to my former college professor, Dr. Mark G. Henderson. He a chair at a speech communication at Jackson State University. He was a part of the premiere, man. I was watching like a little commercial where they were just asking people what they thought about the movie, and I saw him a part of the clip, man. So shouts out to Mark G. Henderson. That's a legend right there, man. If you went to Jackson State Communications Department, you already know Mark G. Henderson is that guy. Probably one of the main reasons why a lot of people find me entertaining. I got my curl activator ready, TJ, and my one glove. It's a gift. It's a gift from above. Make you float like a dove. Scream like Michael with a rhinestone glove. Lord. Popcorn player. Where I get that from? Where y'all know that from? Who know their movies? Who know their movies? Somebody tell me where I got that from. I'm gonna see if somebody know what I'm talking about. But anyway, the only thing I ain't gonna like about the movie, they ain't gonna keep it real all the way. No, they not. They already was talking about They already was talking about how they took some parts out. Jeremiah, absolutely. That's where it's from. How high? Got my boy Hits from the Streets. What y'all know about that? Hits. Y'all remember Hits from the Street on BET? Got me beat on that. Do his hair catch on fire in the movie. I'm pretty sure. Like, man, I just think that people they tired of the same old Michael Jackson movie. They say the same thing. Like, man, talk about the real deal or just don't do a movie at all. Like, I get it. People want like, oh, they want to see all the dance moves and all that kind of stuff and entertainment. Like, but if we ain't gonna tell the real story, like, what's the point of doing a movie? You know, like, what's the point of showing a movie, man? Lemon's still on the board too. Yeah. But let's see what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are gonna do right here. You know, they love they sell some offensive players. They might be Makai Lemon right here. Them boys, they love a wide receiver, boy. Let's see what they're gonna do. Yep. So Ruben Bain Jr., man. Saints gonna have to deal with this man twice a year. Man, Ruben Bain is a beast, but don't he look like one of them old school 1970, like, you know, dudes on the black exploitation movie? What you think, sucker? What you think this is, sucker? You know, don't he though? Like, he does look like one of those guys though. But at the end of the day, man, dude is a beast. And like I said, man, this guy just cares about football, man. He just cares about football. And and Tampa got themselves one, man. They got a real one. This guy, man, he can get after the quarterback, he got a high motor. The only question people have about him, the only question they have about him is the fact that, you know, he got short arms. Yeah, he upset, man, because he knows. He knows the reason why, you know. Like, so you got a lot to prove. So he already good. So now you just put a chip on his man's shoulder. Oh my goodness. Dolomite Bang. Yeah, man. That man walked out there looking like Shaft. So we got to see him twice a year. Yep. But hey, man, lucky for the New Orleans Saints, they got Calvin Banks and now they got David Edwards. So, man, at least they got somebody that's going to be able to hold them back. We need a beast that can get after you. Yeah. I mean, they believe in Chase Young, but I don't think the Saints are done. Like, I don't think they're done trying to go get some pass rushes. I see Bain seemed like a suck pick. Man, I don't want to do that man like that, because if the Saints would have drafted Ruben Bain, I would have been excited. So I'm not just gonna try to just downplay the guy like he ain't like that. Saints Young at let me see. Saints Young ain't half bad though. Yeah.
Every step of the way, you've proven doubters wrong. What gives you the confidence that you can continue to do that at the NFL level?
I'm telling you, I can do anything I put my mind to because of my mindset. And I know when I get at this next level, it's on the pop.
We believe you. Thanks.
Thank you. That's a serious thing. I love it.
That man says on it popping. Said, let's go Bucks. That man didn't take no photo. That man took that hat and walked off. He know what it is, man. If this man had longer arms, this wouldn't even be a debate. Guaranteed like Shav or Ben Wallace from the pit. Yeah, man, he just look like one of them old school guys, man. You like one of them old school guys that used to sit on a porch and just keep up the fuss, man. If you from New Orleans, you know what I'm talking about. You walking down the street, they always had some dudes on the porch. Hey, young blood, what's happening with you, man? you such and such boy, ain't you? He looked like one. Hey man, hey man, you goony, sonny. Just be sitting on the porch, be playing spades or something. But man, dude can ball though. Okay, the Jet pick is in. Okay, King and Sadiq. That's a good pick for the Jets. So you got Mason Taylor, and now you got King and Sadiq. Okay. Boy, trying to get that two-headed monster at tight end. My boy Lemon's still there. Wow. Yeah. Wouldn't this be something if what if this was Mekhi Lemon for the Lions? Man, they already compared him to Amon-Ra St. Brown. So you gonna bring in the Amon-Ra St. Brown clone to Detroit? I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do that. Might be an offensive lineman or something. Let's see. This might be the most unpredictable draft I can remember. I'm shocked. Yeah. People don't know how to evaluate if they got a bunch of quarterbacks. TJ, you think we keep Olave long term or trade him after next year? I think they're gonna keep him long term. I ain't gonna keep him. I don't think it's a Brandon Cook situation. You know, like when the Saints drafted Michael Thomas and Brandon Cooks was supposed to be the number one guy, and then all of a sudden Mike T came. I don't think it's gonna be one of those situations because you can never have too many like top receivers, as y'all know. You need some guys that are gonna be able to put some points up on the board. Let's see. Jets got a tight end. Who your sleeper pick, TJ? Keontae Scott, D'Angelo Pines. I think those are probably going to be some of my sleeper picks, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think those are probably going to be some of my sleeper picks. TJ, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you like the Tyson pick? I'm at an 8 with it. Probably would have been a 10 if Caleb Downs wasn't on the board. But it's not a knock on Jordan Tyson. Like, don't take that as a knock, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take it as a knock. I'm just saying, like, Caleb Downs, in my opinion, was the best player in the entire draft. Some people say Jeremiah Love, but to me, Caleb Downs was the best player in the draft. The thing that hurt him the most was the fact that he played safety. If he was a cornerback doing what he was doing, he would have been heard his name called. Tua Olaves is dangerous. I love the pick by the Saints. Jordan Tyson is not. He's not a Olave. He doesn't like play like a Chris Olave, right? And like I said, man, I don't think it's one of those situations where people just need to get upset. I think it was a good move by the Saints. They got the best player available at a position. But we like to go back in the archives, man, and we know that the New Orleans Saints have made some head scratches throughout the years, and I think that this is an all-time classic here on the draft reaction shows we've done throughout the years. Y'all check this out right here. That the Patriots don't get Jordan Love. Patriots move out. We all excited. We happy. We rubbing our hands together, Birdman style. You know what I'm saying? Because we think we about to get Jordan Love. Think about this, folks. You see that big old notice at the bottom of the screen say the pick is in. You excited. You sweating like you about to get drafted. You looking at the screen, Roger Goodell with the 24th pick of the 2020 NFL draft. Yeah. the Saints select Cesar Ruiz. Think about how you felt when you heard Cesar Ruiz. You thought about all of the time, all of the hours you spent on social media, all of the commentary that you had with other members of the Who Dat Nation, all for the Saints to draft Cesar Ruiz. All-time classic right there, man. Back in 2020. This was actually the very first draft reaction show that we did, man. And as y'all can see, man, we've come a long way, man. We come a long way from that moment right there. But, man, thank God, man. Thank God for all of the people that trust and believed in your boy, believe that this podcast can be what it is today. And I just appreciate y'all hanging out and hanging tough with yours truly, man. Here on the Straight Up TJ podcast, once again, we are brought to you by Lucy. This is the State of the Saints podcast. And right now, I want to thank the fine folks at Lucy for being the official sponsor of the State of the Saints podcast. And look, everybody is trying to find ways to unwind, to relax, to have focus, and to have more energy. Some people like energy shots, energy drinks, coffee, right? Even neuro pills to try to get you to focus a little bit more. Everybody is trying to find ways to be in a zone and in a really good space. Now, this is for all of the pouch connoisseurs out there. This is where Lucy comes in. Lucy is 100% tobacco-free pouches, right? And it is available to you in 12 milligrams and 4 milligrams. And it also comes with a hydration capsule. So it just gives you that instant burst and a really good experience. I have a friend of mine, gave him an opportunity to try Lucy, and he has been raving about it, going absolutely crazy about it and wondering how can he get his hands on some more. Well, if you want to get your hands on Lucy and you are a pouch connoisseur, all you have to do is go to lucy.co/code. And if you don't want to wait, all you have to do is go to their store locator and you'll be able to find Lucy in your area. Now, Lucy is for adults only of legal age, and every customer is age verified. This product contains nicotine, and nicotine, as we know, is an addictive chemical. All right, so make sure that you use responsibly. But once again, want to thank the fine folks at Lucy for being an official sponsor of the State of the Saints podcast. And if you are a pouch connoisseur, once again, go to lucy.co/code to get 20% off on Lucy. As we can see, the Detroit Lions take offensive lineman Blake Miller. They take him, and he is from Clemson, 6'6", 317 pounds, and God has been around and one of the leaders on that offensive line for Clemson. So we know that the Detroit Lions, they had a couple guys that decided to call it a career, and now they have to revamp that offensive line. You know, you still got Penei Sewell out there, and you know you're trying to build an offensive line that is credible to be able to protect Jared Goff. So this is a start. So Blake Miller on his way to the Motor City as he is going to be protecting Jared Goff. Now we see the Minnesota Vikings on the clock, and their pick is in. This draft is going pretty fast, man. It's 9:52. You got about 13, 14 picks remaining here. So, all right, so is it Lemon is still waiting. I think that draft press conference kind of hurt Lemon, to be honest with you. You know, like everybody knew how he was staring and stuff like that. You know, I mean, teams pay attention to that stuff, and they start making his round. So, you know, but at the same time, I mean, good things come to those who wait. I mean, Minnesota, they can use another wide receiver. All right, so really good pick right there. Adding to Brian Flores's defense. All right, so the Carolina Panthers are on the clock. Carolina Panthers on the clock. That's stupid though. Let's see. Dallas probably will take Lemon. I mean, look, Dallas likes polarizing players. Dallas like polarizing players. They like players that are high profile. And if they can get a high profile player that can make some plays, you know it's going to be a plus. It's about a show. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if the Cowboys take Mekhi Lemon, but they don't need him. I mean, you got George Pickens and you got CeeDee Lamb, and then you're gonna bring Mekhi Lemon there too. Maybe that second pick for the Saints will be defensive line. I think they might get corner. I think they might go corner. It depends on like how the last few picks shape out. I mean, you still got a Hood out there. You still got Jermaine out there. You still got, you know, a couple more really talented corners. So we'll see. We'll see. TJ, are people forgetting who our O-line, Fuaga, McCoy, Banks, and Edwards? I'm not worried about no D-line in the league, least of all the NFC South. Yeah, I mean, you got very few teams that can get after the quarterback. I mean, Atlanta probably the best in the division getting after the quarterback. Because, I mean, you got Jalen Carter, you got James Pierce Jr., who all the charges are going to be dropped. I don't know if y'all heard about that. The charges could be dropped if he takes some classes. So, I mean, good things happen to you when you're good at what you do, right? And people who have to invest in you, good things can happen for you. Right? It don't matter if you go out here and break the law. It don't matter if you have people, you know, scared for their life. Don't matter if you know, resist arrest. If you can get 10 sacks in your first season, you're gonna be all right. Let's see. There's rumors that the Cowboys might trade Pickens. I don't know why. I mean, maybe his personality. I mean, I heard some things about his personality. But do with a dog, man. I wish the second round was tonight. don't want to come back tomorrow, huh? Be like, man, what else we gonna do? That Clemson defensive tackle is going to be a steal. Yeah, I agree. I think he's gonna go to the Bears though. Well, it will be us. This year it will be us. Well, look, Ruben Bain got something to prove, and he already good. Now he motivated and good. So I want to see how this pans out for the young man. That's why Atlanta going to stay cursed. If would be a good day to we start with a defensive tackle. If the Saints get Emmanuel Pregnine in the second round, I think that'll be a good day. That'll be a good day because that would be the New Orleans Saints saying a good day to Cesar Ruiz. That would be. I think you'll have yourself a solidified offensive line right there. If Pregnine don't go in the third round, I mean, it still got a lot of teams that need some offensive line help. TJ, how do you feel about the Clemson cornerback? Talking about Terrell? Are we talking about Terrell? Which one are we talking about? Which cornerback we talking about? I know Clemson got a few cornerbacks. So let me take a look. Let me see. Yeah. We talking about AJ Terrell, brother. I mean, yeah, he pretty damn good. I mean, he can be a first round draft pick. Yeah, he good. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something if the Saints were to draft AJ Terrell, brother? Man, that would be crazy. That would be crazy, man. Those two brothers, you know, they wouldn't be going up against each other, but you know, both of them playing cornerback in the NFC South. Exactly, TJ. That's my pick at 42. TJ, you ain't right. I mean, look, it's the truth. Man, y'all know I ain't lying about no Cesar Ruiz, bruh. I hope he turns it around, but I doubt it. I already said I doubt if he's gonna turn it around. What you see is what you get. Man ain't about to turn into no elite right guard. Like, you had plenty of time. This man is not gonna turn into Jari Evans. So the New Orleans Saints need to cut their losses and try to work on trying to make their offensive line better by bringing in a right guard that could possibly be his replacement. But let's see what the Carolina Panthers are going to do here. Okay. All right. Oh, man. He from Charleston, South Carolina. That's about maybe 2 hours away from me. But yeah, man, look, they try to protect Bryce Young. They're trying to protect him, man. And that's a good pick. That's a good pick for Carolina. They got themselves a couple of little pass rushes, and I don't call them little pass rushes, but they got themselves a pass rush. All right, we got a trade alert. Trade alert. Dallas Cowboys are trading their pick, and they're trading with the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow. Some NFC East love right there. We would think there would be no love lost. Let's see where they're going to move up again. Let's see who they're going to end up picking. Is this going to be Mekhi Lemon? Is this going to be Mekhi Lemon? That's the question. Because we heard about AJ Brown, possibly being traded to the New England Patriots. So if that's the case, then you got to think about Mekhi Lemon here. Going alongside Devontae Smith. So this could possibly be Mekhi Lemon. Fleeced. Cowboys making moves. Cowboys trying to stack. Cowboys going for it. They going for it. And they got some good pieces on defense. I'll give them that. Yeah, so no harm, no foul. They got that draft pick from the Packers anyway. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's a good pick for them. Mm-hmm. I finally got one right tonight. A scenario right. Finally. Well, I think I mentioned Ruben Bain going to Tampa, but yeah, man, this makes sense right here. This makes sense, and we know that Philly, they weren't gonna be concerned about like his personality. They probably embraced that kind of stuff, especially like him being the type of player he is. You need to have that type of energy if you're gonna play for the Philadelphia Eagles. That man, a dog, though, man. He got some dog in him. So I mean, I think he's gonna fit. I think he's gonna fit in well with the Philadelphia Eagles. It said, fight on, man. Happy for Lemon. Yeah, I think it's a good spot for him. It is a good spot for him. And he's gonna be able to make plays. Like he can possibly be their number one receiver. Like he could possibly be their number one receiver. I mean, Devontae Smith is really good, but man, he's small, man. And this guy, the comparisons to Amon-Ra St. Brown are warranted. So they was able to move up, man, and get him. I think they were concerned because the Chargers, he could have ended up going to the Chargers. Pittsburgh, I don't think so. But there we go, man. So that's a good fit right there, man. Let's see. What are your thoughts about Jordan Tyson? Great pick on our team. Hopefully, he's going to connect with Chris Olave on the field in NFL season 2026 for sure. If their offense turns a whole thing around, man, it's going to be a good, Chris Olave is not a selfish player, and neither is Jordan Tyson. So I think it's going to be a good 1-2 punch between both of those gentlemen. So I don't have an issue with that. I don't have an issue with that at all. I think they're going to have a really good 1-2 punch. All right, so we got a poll question up. It says, are you okay with the Saints drafting Jordan Tyson? Yes or no? For if you say yes, press 1. For no, press 2. You can type it in the chat. All right. So if you're okay with it, and you feel like the New Orleans Saints could have did something different, press 2. Think they did make the right decision? Press 1. Let's see. Cowboys and Eagles won their first round. Yeah, I agree. And like I said, I didn't believe that his personality was going to be an issue with Philly. I mean, because we know Philly. I mean, they don't mind taking head cases. They do not. They do not mind taking head cases of guys they consider being head cases. But I don't think he a head case. I just think that dude just confident in himself. The Pittsburgh pick is in. So this is what this.
When you look out at those Philly fans and you think about the fan base that's about to embrace you with open arms, what will they love most about you?
They getting the ball. It's ready to work for real. I ain't doing no plan.
Man, say ain't doing no plan. Is it safe to say Bub means is yeah, I think it might be curtains for old Bub, man. We can get the safety from Oregon, Chill and Lorenzo Styles Jr. Yeah, I mean Sonny Styles' brother, yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I think homie from Oregon. I mean, like I said, you don't come to the draft that sauced up and not leave being picked in the first round. But hey, I could be wrong. Could pull a Geno Smith come back with a sweater vest on. Y'all remember Geno thought he was gonna be a first round pick. That boy came there with a yellow sweater vest on the next day. That boy looked like he was ready for business. That boy looked like the lawyer on day 1. Looked like the apprentice on day 2. But look, I think it was a good pickup by the Philadelphia Eagles getting Mekhi Lemon. And I think he fits that team perfectly. Maybe Caden McDonald. Yeah, good. That'd be a good selection. Man, all this pomp and circumstance. Lemon just got that West Coast gangster confidence for real. He doesn't take a lot, to be honest. He just works. Yeah. I mean, he got that Cali kind of swag about him, man. A lot of people don't understand that swag, that Cali confidence. He has it. But all this problem circumstance, you'll think the Steelers won something. We can get that. Already read that. Yeah, I ain't win nothing. Let's see. Jordan Tyson said defense are going to have to try to cover him, or Olave one-on-one is going to get ugly. Yeah, it's gonna be ugly, man. It's if everything works out, if both of these guys can stay healthy, you got yourself. You got some dogs, man. You got some dogs there. But like I said, man, I think Jordan Tyson is a really good football player. I think that he's gonna be a guy that's gonna come in and he's gonna make the Saints wide receiver room better. I mean, as long as he can stay healthy, as long as dude can stay healthy. All right, as long as he can stay healthy, he'll be all right. If you start like dealing with those injuries like he had in college, then all bets are off. I mean, plain and simple. Man, that's the unfortunate thing about it. Like, hey, man, just make the pick. Just make the pick. I get it, man. I get y'all in Pittsburgh and all that. Congratulations to you, but my goodness, man, make the pick. Been a long night. All right, man. So taking a look at some of these Jordan Tyson highlights. Try to X out some of this stuff. Yeah, but at the end of the day, I mean, dude is he's a pretty good doggone good player. So they got themselves something special. Yeah, but at the end of the day, Jordan Tyson is a really good player. And I think he's going to be able to help out the New Orleans Saints and make them a better team. And that's all you can really ask for at the end of the day. I don't know why it's buffering like that. I apologize. I tried to see if we can show some highlights here, but it don't seem like my computer is agreeing. All right, so I mean, really good player, man. Really good player. A lot of people just feel like he's just a 50-50 ball type guy. I don't agree with that. You know, but he ain't really get it up there. So I'll just go ahead and X out of that. But yeah, man, Jordan Tyson is a really talented player, man, at the end of the day. TJ, should we trade back in the first round? No. No. Call it a night. All right. I mean, be happy. You know, you got yourself your possible number one wide receiver to complement your already number one wide receiver, and you know, call it a night, right? You know, go ahead and turn them lights off and be ready for day 2 on tomorrow. The last Jordan we selected in the first round turned out to be all right. Yeah. TJ, I already read that. Says, good evening, Who That Nation. I was hoping that we get the Lane or Bane, but screw KC and the Succaneers. Like I said, you got the best wide receiver in the entire draft, so I wouldn't even be upset about that. Say, Brandon, they will really hate us having it here. LOL. We gonna be deep. Pause. We forgot most of our wide receiver room was hurt last year. Yeah. Man, put your pants up, homie. Put your pants up. Shoot. Let's see. I'm glad they gave Shuck another target. Healthy Olave, Tyson, A-Chain, and Pope. Yeah. Nice little room right there, man. Olave, Pope, and Tyson. Nice little room right there. Iron sharp as iron, man. Iron sharp as iron, ladies and gentlemen. Iron sharp as iron. Next up, I want that running back out of Arkansas. Yeah, Mike Washington. Yeah. That if they get him, that it's curtain for not Olave, Kamara. Hey TJ, it'll be something if New Orleans hosts the NFL draft. I think it's coming. I mean, as much as they love like the atmosphere in New Orleans during sporting events, especially in NFL, like it's coming. It's coming. It's on the way. How we feel about Tyson, TJ? I think dude could be really good. I think he can be a special player as long as he stays healthy. All right, so the Chargers. All right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what. Well, I know what the Chargers need. Lord knows they need an offensive line. My God, boy, that offensive line was horrible. Did y'all see that game when they played against the Patriots in the playoffs? I'm talking about, bro. I'm talking about paper mache offensive line. I'm talking about like y'all know them high school banners that them high school teams run through. That's what their offensive line looked like. Like they need offensive line help bad, man. I don't know who you want to get, maybe Pregnon or something, but you need offensive line help. I mean, y'all need offensive line help bad. Shoot, they whole draft should be offensive linemen. And they still playing around the offensive line, still playing with them. I mean, Mesidor is a beast, but man, dude, they need offense. Man, how is that going to help Justin Herbert? How is that going to help Justin Herbert? I have no idea. I'm Justin Herbert fan, but he deserves so much better. Man, fix that offensive line, man. I like Mesidor. I mean, dude was very underrated because a lot of people were paying attention to everybody else on the defensive line, but he was the dude that was out there eating. He was eating, man. Like everybody was paying attention to Ruben Bain, but he was just out there just eating every game. Best viewers. I don't know if that's spam or not. Let's see. Cowboys up next. Yeah, Cowboys up next. Let's see if they're gonna actually pick. I mean, they done moved up. They done moved around a couple times. Seems like they're just trying to stockpile draft picks. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Like they trying to get better. Yeah, it's a nice pickup, but still they need offensive line help, man. Maybe they probably would have drafted this offensive lineman. Man, but they need to fix that offensive line. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna put a lot of emphasis throughout this draft on offensive linemen. At least they should. Chargers need offensive help bad. Their defense always good. I mean, getting Mesidor makes sense because I mean you got Khalil Mack, but he's 35 years old. He's getting up there in age, man. But I don't think they need nothing more than they need offensive line. I just don't. Most of the big name players have been drafted tonight. Yeah. I mean, but they got plenty more. They got plenty more players that are still on the board that have not been drafted yet. At a lot of these key positions. And I'm kind of glad, man, because this draft is really making teams think because it's so simple. Like when you got a bunch of wide receivers, a bunch of quarterbacks, it's so simple. But now you got to really be cerebral and really think about the decisions that you're making when you're drafting these players, right? So at the end of the day, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. It has become a very interesting draft because it's so unpredictable. Because you don't have a bunch of quarterbacks dominating the press clippings. Two of the best quarterbacks that were already in the draft, Fernando Mendoza, Ty Simpson, already gone. So you're probably not going to see a quarterback. You'll probably see a Taylor Green, maybe in late second round or something like that, early third. But you pretty much already know. Like it's not going to be. You already know who the quarterbacks are. You already know who they gonna select. You already know who they're gonna select. Taylor Green probably gonna be like one of them late round draft picks. But other than that, man, it's pretty much gonna be like late rounds for a lot of these quarterbacks. So to take a look at some of the players that are available, man. Like I said, at quarterback, I mean, you got Garrett Nussmeier, you got Carson Beck, you got Drew Aller, you got Cole Payton, you got Taylor Green, you got Cade Klubnik, you got Sawyer Robinson, right? I mean, those are some of the guys that are still available. Like Garrett Nussmeier might be a late second round pick, probably end up going somewhere. Taking a look at the running backs, all right. You got Jadarian Price, the other Notre Dame running back, who a lot of people consider to be a top running back. I mean, so Notre Dame have the two best running backs in the draft. Then you got Mike Washington Jr., you got Jonah Coleman, you got Emmett Johnson, Nick Singleton, Katron Allen, Desmond Claiborne, and Adam Randall, some of the top guys. And then you got Keelan Black from Indiana, national championship winner there. Take a look at some of these wide receivers that are available. You still got Mark Cooper Jr., you got Kevin Concepcion, you got Denzel Boston, of course, Chris Bell, Jermaine Bernard, Chris Brazel, Zachariah Branch, Antonio Williams, Ted Hurst, Elijah Surratt, and Malachi Fields. Those are some of your top wide receivers. If you talk about interior linemen here, you still got Chase Basantis out of Texas A&M. Emmanuel Pregnon still on the board. These are interior guys. Kalen Rutledge, the interior lineman out of Georgia Tech. You got Connor Liu. So now you still can address the interior line position for the Saints if you're the Saints, or if you're a team that needs interior linemen. You got Thieneman, the safety from Oregon, right? We already know, them brothers, you know what I'm saying? them Blankenships. We know that they can play in the secondary, right? A lot of people don't, be thinking them white boys can play cornerback and safety. Reed Blankenship and And man, what's the other guy named for the Philadelphia Eagles? They pretty much changed everybody's mind, especially when Homie took down Derrick Henry. My goodness. All right, so anyway, here come the Cowboys. They're on the clock. Okay, so Malachi Lawrence. Yeah, I mean, my bad. Cooper DeJohn. I couldn't think of his name. Cooper DeJohn. So they crawl. What they said they crawled so Venom can walk. Let's see. One mock draft has Nuts going to the Vikings in the third round. That wouldn't be bad. Now that wouldn't be bad at all. That'd be a good spot for him. That'd be a good spot for him. It also has Beck going to the Steelers in the third round too. Man, y'all remember when Carson Beck was like looked at as one of the top, one of the top quarterbacks in the entire draft? Ain't that something, man? How things like change? Let's see. I think we also need a center on day 3. Yeah, I think you need somebody that's going to be able to like push. That's going to be able to push this offensive line and also account for Eric McCoy. It's crazy though, folks. I made that Cooper DeJohn joke and I see the numbers drop. Oh well, you can't take a joke. You ain't gonna be here. Let's see. Hurricanes have some dogs on that defensive line. Yeah, I agree, man. They definitely got some dogs on the defensive line, man. It says trade Ruiz, please. For what? A bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit? It's about all you can get for him right now. No lie, TJ. There's going to be a lot of good, productive players available day 2. There might be a good offensive guard available. Ruiz, count your days. Yeah. I mean, look, I already said you should not go into this season. You should not go into this season with Cesar Ruiz just, solidified as your right guard. Like, you got to find somebody that's going to push him. Say for some croutons. Yeah, absolutely. You ain't getting nothing for that. Dang, TJ, a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Man, you ain't getting nothing for no Ruiz. Might get a 6th-round pick. Does Spencer Rattler have competition with Zach Wilson, or is he trade bait? I think it's a little bit of both. Like if somebody called about Spencer Rattler, you pick up the phone. I mean, you pick up the phone and see what they're asking for. And I think that's probably an insurance policy for the Saints also, just in case, they find something that's intriguing and they may have to move Spencer Rattler. Day 2, we got to shore up the interior offensive line because Little Caesar, is he serviceable? But no, and McCoy is injury prone, as great as he is. Yeah, man, you got to address those positions. I'll take a 5th or a 6th-round pick for Ruiz. We might get a 3rd or 4th-round pick for Rattler. Yeah, I mean, if you get a 4th-round pick for Rattler, that's a win. That's a win, man. So he was a 5th-round pick, if I'm not mistaken. So if you get one pick ahead of what he was drafted, this is a win to me. It's almost like, with Rashid Shaheed. Like Rashid Shaheed was an undrafted rookie. And you got a 4 and a 6 for him? Or 4 and a 5? Like that, that's a win. Package Ruiz 1 and Rattler for a 2. 2 what? 2 proofs of purchase? 2 grocery sacks? You ain't get no 2nd-round pick for that. What you think? Man, who you trying to fleece? I said, who you didn't got drunk? Shoot. Hey, come over here, man. Have some tequila, man. Have some tequila with us. Okay, check this out. I give you Spencer Rattler, Pete Warner, and Cesar Ruiz for a 2nd-round pick. All right, blood. Boy, that must have been some strong tequila because ain't nowhere in the world Ain't no way in the world, boy, you getting that, boy. I'll be to laugh at you, bro, but you ain't getting that. You ain't getting nothing for that, bro. Now you ain't getting no second round pick for that. Like, come on, man. Like, the teams might feel like you insulted them, man. Like them fighting words right there. They might challenge you to a duel after something like that. They might slap you with a glove. a what? For who? That man got the trade logic turned off. He playing a video game, turn the trade logic off so anything can go. I give you the guy with the overall 59 overall for Devontae Adams. I take it. I'll give you this third string center for Justin Jefferson. I take it. All right, man. The Browns on the clock. Browns on the clock. All right, so here we go. Cleveland Browns. Todd Monken, new head coach. All right, see what they're going to do. Okay, all right. KC Concepcion. That's a good pick right there. That's a good pick right there. Oh, man. Says $1 and some envelopes, man. Shoot. Might be envelopes. I don't know about $1. Says, hell nah, TJ, you funny as hell on God. Hey, man. That ain't gonna fly, man. That dog ain't hunting, bro. That dog ain't hunting. He ain't about to get no second round pick for no P. Warner, Cesar Ruiz, and no Spencer Rattler. No way. No way. If you get that, I guarantee you, the next news that you're gonna hear is that general manager getting fired. Because ain't no way. No disrespect to any of those guys. That's just way too much for middle of the pack players. Cowboys and Eagles cooking. Yeah. I think the Cowboys cooking. I mean, the Eagles just made a good pick. I mean, the Cowboys been moving and shaking all night. I like that pick. I pray he shines like new money. That was said how they treated this young man. Yeah, man. I hope everything work out for him, man. Why do y'all never talk about Nick Saldiveri? He is useless. Is Nick Saldiveri still on the team? I don't even think is Nick Saldiveri still on the Saints team. I mean, what's there to talk about? I mean, this guy he was like a 4th round pick. Shockingly, he's still on the team. Wow, man, Nick Saldiveri. But I mean, you're talking about a 4th round pick from Old Dominion. I'm gonna say that again. You talk about a 4th round pick from Old Dominion. You know, if we were talking about a 1st round pick from Old Dominion, he's a 4th round pick. Like, man, that's flyer territory. So we're not gonna talk about Nick Saldiveri for what? You're gonna talk about Nick Saldiveri for? Like, when man, Nick Saldiveri need to step up. Man, Nick Saldiveri just happy he got a job. When you're a 4th round pick and you coming from a small school like that, you just happy you're on a team. So yeah, I mean, look, should he have stepped up? But I mean, putting your hopes and dreams in a 4th round pick, like if a 4th round pick turns out to be something, that's a plus. But to sit up here and say, man, this dude need to make something happen. Like, if he does make something happen, it's a pleasant surprise. See, Tyson is the first wide receiver pick in the 1st round since Wes Chandler in 1978. You talking about the Saints? No, it's not. The Saints that has several 1st round wide receivers. Dante Stallworth, Robert Meacham, Brandon Cooks. Like, they didn't have plenty. Chris Olave. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I don't know what context you're talking about, but no, he's not like, the Saints have picked some first round wide receivers quite a few times throughout the year. So yeah, I mean, no, it ain't been that long. I need to see the Studsman and Ellis team up this year. Yeah. But I don't think the Saints done at getting these off-ball linebackers. I can tell you that. They got some really good underrated off-ball linebackers, folks. They got some really good ones out here, man. It's still available too. I mean, you got CJ Allen, you got Jacob Rodriguez, Anthony Hill. I mean, you got a few, man. You got a few guys that's some dogs out here, man. Still got Harold Perkins. He must be on that moonshine. Highest draft wide receiver since Wes Chandler. Oh, highest drafted. Okay, I got you. Highest drafted. Okay, got you. Okay, now that makes sense. Highest drafted wide receiver. Okay, now that makes sense. I'm about to say first round. Like the Saints have had quite a few, but yeah, I agree. Yeah, highest draft. Okay, now that makes sense. I'm like, huh? All right, that makes sense. Okay, since Wes Chandler in 1978. Okay, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Think he meant top 10. Yeah, he cleared it up. And I apologize, man. I apologize for that. I was like, yeah, they had quite a few wide receivers. Per Ross J. Oh, man, look, that's gospel then. That's gospel. That's gospel right there. If it came from Ross Jackson, that's gospel. That's my guy, man. Shouts out to Ross Jackson. Shouts out to Ross, man. Hardest working man in the business is Ross Jackson. Let's see. If wide receiver boys are going to be dynamite duo on our team with Tyler Shuck on the field, TJ, Saints fans are going to be excited with young players, Jordan Tyson in the Superdome in regular season, week 1 for real. Yeah, man. I mean, it can be something special if all these guys can stay healthy. Gotta stay healthy though, man. Got to stay healthy. Do not think we move Warner. No, I don't think P. Warner going nowhere. I mean, he's the elder statesman, right now. So the Saints gonna be relying on him to like be, to be available and be out there. So unless somebody about to get a Saints like something like really handsome for him, or the Saints like end up finding somebody like that just flashes and just beats him out. Pause. I think he's gonna be with the team. I forgot we got Chandler to AK, HN and Chandler behind a new line could do some things. Yeah. I mean, look, I just want to see the Saints be able to run the football. I think you might see this the interior alignment for Clemson right here. I mean, they need some help on the defensive side of the ball. Okay, all right, you got Dylan Thiedemann right here. There we go. I told you, man, you don't dress up be looking at fly, man, to be sitting there in no second round now. Yeah, man, you don't come there with no bomb ass suit like that. You ain't gonna be picking the second round. No way. No way. Man. I told you, man. I told you that, boy. I think you might see another cornerback come off the board for the Buffalo Bills here, man. I mean, they already got a DJ Moore. They got their number 1 guy. So it might be a cornerback, man, because they struggled in the secondary last season. Yeah, they struggled last season, man. So, like me personally, like if I'm the Buffalo Bills, I'm going after maybe getting a cornerback here. I'm thinking about getting a cornerback. So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing, folks. Says the Texans are trading up. All right. So the Texans are trading up. Sound like a good idea. Sound like a very good idea. Hopefully they can get some offensive linemen to help out CJ Stroud, even though he struggled the entire season, man. I don't know what happened with CJ Stroud, man. I don't know. Can't read your own press clippings, man. You gotta consistently go out there. You gotta consistently make plays. You gotta consistently, like, have your team rely on you to be able to do, some, like, make some things happen, man. You got to be able to do that. So if you can't, then yeah. So I mean, at the end of the day, got to be able to step up. Got to be able to make plays. I'm gonna go to let me see what the NFL draft on NFL Network talking about. They seem like they do a little bit better coverage here. I'm on. Yeah, I like NFL Network's coverage, man. They give a little bit more in-depth analysis. Cause these guys eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff over on that side. Yeah. They saying that they're comparing Thieneman to Harrison Smith. That's a good comparison. You can compare it to Harrison Smith. Let's see, the way this draft is going, we can really stay put and address all the needs with quality players. I mean, this has been a good draft. And if you notice, not too many offensive line in the first round. You had a few. Oh, I mean, you had Managoa, you had Fano, you had Vega, you had Proctor, you had Miller. So let's see what Houston does. Yeah, let's see what they do. I mean, you might want to, get offensive lineman here, but says I'm on ESPN. I mean, I just turned from ESPN. Like I just wanted to see, some different draft analysis here, but I'm pretty sure, everybody kind of know, I mean, if you're watching the draft, you're watching the draft. We know who we all know who's gonna get picked together. So I done moved over to the NFL Network, but the Houston Texans have traded with the Buffalo Bills here to move into their spot. So let's see what they do here, man. I mean, you still got some really good players on the board. Like, man, this could be Colton Hood right here. This can be Terrell. I'm talking about Buffalo, excuse me. But Houston, I think they just need to address this offensive line. I think they should address the offensive line. They need help on that O-line. Miami Dolphins got traded to San Francisco 49ers at number 27. Okay. Yeah, you gotta work with them trenches, man. You gotta be in them trenches. All right, see if they're gonna help this offensive line. Yep, that's a good move right there. That's a good move, man. You gotta help that offensive line, man. You gotta help the offensive line bring some guys in that can make some plays. Got to. It is a must. And Keelan Rutledge is, man, I thought maybe he would have been like a second round pick or something. Could have been there, like, for the Saints, as an interior guy, but he has the right size, like really good arm length. I mean, really good, talented player, man. So that's a good move. That's a good move. Like, you got your defense, like, got them flying all over the place. Got them flying. And now you fix this. Now you fix this offensive line. But that's a good move right there. Really good pick. All right, so the Miami Dolphins, as of right now, are on the clock. And let's see what the Miami Dolphins are going to do, man. New head coach. So they got Proctor earlier in the draft, right, to protect Malik Willis's blind side. Let's see if they actually go for a playmaker here. Go for Omar Cooper Jr., maybe a Denzel Boston. See if they get themselves. They need some wide receivers here. So see what they can do here. I'm not sure Pregnon will be there in round 2. Well, I mean, we know that the Kansas City Chiefs, they need some help on the offensive line, but they also need some defensive line help. I mean, they're aging defensive line. Buffalo, to me, I think they need to go they need to get a cornerback. They need to get a cornerback, man. That secondary was just getting torched, absolutely torched last year. So if you can get like Colton Hood or something, or Terrell, you might want to grab one of those guys. This might end up being a make or break season for Stroud. Yeah, I think if he can't get it together this season, then you got to start wondering, is he the guy for the future? Like he had that amazing rookie year, and you had Texans fans feeling like they had their guy, but look, man, you only funky as your last cut, right? That's just the truth. Like you got to be able to bring it every single year, and if you don't, then guess what? You ain't gonna be in the league for long. The Bills need either to go offensive line or corner. I think they need to go corner more than offensive line. I mean, they were getting torched, dude. They were getting out. I watched quite a few Buffalo Bills games because they were on prime time quite a bit. And man, they were just getting torched. They need somebody that's gonna be able to show up their secondary. The Bills already read that, says TJ, or who would you take at 42? I think the Saints need to get themselves a corner in the second round. Maybe somebody like Keontae Scott, D'Angelo Pines, and if one of those guys that I just mentioned, like Terrell or Colton Hood, if they're available, if they're not taken before 42, I think that's what the Saints need to do, because they need to get somebody that's going to be in a slot. D'Angelo Pines might, not fit that mold for the Saints. It just seems like, they about them analytics and all that kind of stuff. So maybe him being on the smaller side, they might look past him. But hey, man, you had Tyrann Mathieu out there and it worked out. So, and this guy, like I said, he's a dog. But if you can get Keontae Scott, I think that'll be a good pickup for the Saints, because he is like a true nickel corner. And I think he'll come there with that mind frame, knowing what his assignment is and be able to take advantage of that. Our cornerbacks are still iffy to me. I mean, for the exception of for Delane, like you don't have a shutdown corner. Like all the rest of these guys, they got question marks, no doubt about it. But if we're talking about somebody lining up in a slot or somebody that's not afraid to make a tackle, like you got some guys in this draft that fit that mode. Now, if you're looking for somebody to be Revis or Deion Sanders or the second coming of Marshawn Lattimore, if you're a Saints fan, that ain't happening. Jermaine McCoy could fall to say, but that got that injury history, man. You already got one draft pick that have injury history, and then you got another guy they talking about, could he require surgery in the future? So, all right, so let's see what happens here. You got the Miami Dolphins, like I said, they got Caden Proctor. Caden Proctor, you got him earlier. See if you're gonna go wide receiver here, because you don't have Waddle anymore. You don't have Tyreek Hill. Okay, all right, Chris Johnson. I mean, very underrated guy. Not a lot of people talking about him. Oh man, yeah, he's underrated. A lot of people aren't really talking about him. Little shocked that he was, if he was taken before Colton Hood, but yeah, he pretty good, man. Yeah, but that's the thing about him. Like if you watching this on ESPN, I want y'all to pay attention to him. Like some of his technique, he can find himself like getting in a lot of trouble. Like he really handsy, and that can go into a lot of flags. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You get a little handsy. All right, so Buffalo look like they trading their picks again. All right, so they traded with New England. So some AFC East love right here. With the 28 pick of the 2026 NFL draft, New England Patriots select Diana Rossini. I'm just joking. Who y'all think the Patriots gonna get here, man? Man, they was in the Super Bowl. They was in the Super Bowl last year, man. So try to think about what they may need. I mean, they got themselves some really good running back, good wide receivers. You know, might end up getting might need a little help at the wide receiver position. But if you got AJ Brown, you got him coming. You know, more than likely you about to trade for him. Maybe a tight end. You know, are you going tight end here? You know, maybe Eli Stowers. You know, offensive line, maybe. I mean, you get yourself another wide receiver, you know. But like I said, you got AJ Brown coming. So what are you going to do here? Let's see what they're going to do. Okay. All right. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Might got ourselves a little controversy here, folks. Caleb Lumu, he was a left tackle at Utah. I mean, could this be them possibly maybe moving Will Campbell to the inside? I mean, could it be? I mean, he didn't give up a sack this entire season in 2025. So maybe this could be like Will Campbell maybe sliding to the inside at guard. Say 6'6" guard. Are we talking about Will Campbell? But but his arm length, man. I mean, you slide Will Campbell to the inside. I mean, the arm length is the issue. So I mean, they may want to slide him in the guard. So it might be writing on the wall. I mean, you get Caleb Lomu, a guy who is pretty consistent, doesn't give up sacks, and he played left tackle. You're not trying to move him to right. You're not trying to move him to right. Campbell at guard might make sense long term for him. Yeah. It showed in the playoffs. I mean, it showed in the playoffs because he was hurt. And, you know, he couldn't rely on his athleticism. That was the one thing that Will had going for him. He was so athletic. You know, like it was, you know, he can be able to compensate for the short arms. But when you're injured and you got short arms, you know, like it's a recipe for disaster. So, yeah, man. You know, I think that maybe sliding into guard might be beneficial to him. But you're not drafting Lomu for him to be playing right tackle if this guy is showing you that he was dominant at left tackle at Utah. Just not happening, man. Lord, they just took tackle. Yeah. I mean, I think more like if Lamu ends up playing left tackle, I think more teams need to do this. Like everybody just want to be politically correct. Everybody want to just prove like, oh man, we ain't make no mistake. Look, if you feel like, man, maybe we just need to go in a different direction, just do it. Like I just think that teams set themselves back by going out here, going after guys, you know, that are opposite of the positions they need just to try to save face. Or last year we got Will Campbell and you know, he played left tackle. Well, if Will's not working out, like don't destroy this man's confidence if you can slide him to the inside and he can be a much better offensive lineman. Like you go out here and you draft somebody that can be on that left side that you can count on, and you move Will to the inside. And now you have yourself two really good offensive linemen, and they're playing to their full potential. That's what you do, man. Like, stop playing around. Like, man, people, like these teams, I think they care too much about like what the optics are. Like, man, bump the optics. Like, how the optics gonna help you if you fire? Right? What, like if you lose the confidence of the fan base, like how is that? Like, I'd rather sit up here and say, you know what? Look, man, we thought it was gonna work out, didn't work out. You know, we decided we feel like Will can be more beneficial at XYZ, and we got Caleb Lemu because we can feel like Caleb can do XYZ. Like, just call it a spade. Sitting up here trying to make a guy who has third round talent act like he a number one receiver, or number one corner, or number one offensive line. Like, stop doing that stuff, man. Like, you hurting your team and you hurting the player. Because that time that you can be developing this guy to be a really good player at another position, you're trying to force this guy to be something that he can't be for you. So make it work. I like Campbell because he's an LSU guy, but he got exposed in the Super Bowl. Yeah. The one thing that he exposed is when he doesn't have that athleticism to rely on, he becomes a liability. And I think the New England Patriots saw that. So they made the smart decision by getting a guy who can play left tackle that they can count on. Long arm reach, 6'6" height, win-win. Chiefs are on the clock right now. We know that they picked earlier. They got Mansour and Lane. They need a couple things, man. They need a wide receiver. They need some help on the offensive line here. You know, so see if they can be able to help out Patrick Mahomes, get himself an offensive line. But they got to build this thing up. And they need some help on the defensive line as well, man. You got Chris Jones, and that's the reason why they can't move off of him, and he can keep fleecing them year after year, because he knows that they don't have anybody that can come in and be able to outwork them. So maybe this is the time, maybe this is a moment for them to address the defensive line position. We'll see. There we go. Exactly. There you go. Peter Woods. That's a really good pick for him. Get some help on the interior on the defensive line. Yeah, you had, Chris, like I said, you had Chris Jones consistently, right, on that line. So at the end of the day, like, now you got somebody that can be the future of your defensive line right there. I had Peter Woods going to the Chicago Bears, but yeah, but this is a good pick for the Kansas City Chiefs. They needed help on the defensive line here. All right, when it comes to the 49ers, I take a look at them, but they'll end up they're trading this pick right now. So they're trading it. Wow, the Jets moving back into the first round. Wow, man, the Jets have been extremely active tonight. So they have moved back into to the first round. So with that, the 49ers have moved out of the first round. But that's what happens when you're a really good football team. And I'm pretty sure they're probably going to end up getting a wide receiver in the second round at some time, to be able to help out. But yeah, the Jets are moving back in. This could be the Jets maybe picking up a cornerback here. Maybe they feel like there's a guy that can be in the secondary for them. Like, I don't know if you're moving back into the first round to try to draft yourself a wide receiver here. So I think they're gonna end up getting a cornerback. You need some help there. And like I said, they got a few guys that they could actually choose from in the first round here at cornerback. Let's take a look at some of the guys that they can get. They can get Jermaine McCoy, Colton Hood. You can get Terrell, right? You can get Traden Stukes, I think maybe like Keontae Scott, D'Angelo Pine, those guys are maybe like, second round picks, but we'll see, man. But this can be them trying to possibly getting, a starting corner right now. Like, there must be somebody that they really love. They probably thought wasn't going to be there. And, this is a great opportunity for them to snatch him up. I mean, they still got a lot of talent. I don't know if y'all really been like following, but this is a deep draft. You're gonna have some talented guys that's probably gonna be like some difference makers that get drafted in the third and fourth round. I'm telling you. All right, so let's see what the Jets are going to do here. They definitely need some cornerback help. Okay. All right. Or you can get Omar Cooper Jr. So that'll work too. I say my man up here, like he like, dog, I gotta go to the Jets. Dog. Man, that was a hell of a catch, though. I watched that game. See, that's what you need right there. You need somebody that's gonna be able to make somebody miss, break some tackles, like make some things happen, man. That's what separate good receivers from great receivers. Like guys that can be able to get separation, even if they can't get separation, they still able to make plays. TJ, do you take a chance on Jemai McCoy? He was looked at arguably the best corner in the draft before the injury. Yeah, man, but hey, you already playing with fire, taking a gamble on Jordan Tyson. You want to take your first two draft picks and have guys with questionable injury history? I don't know, man. I don't know. You getting Saints fans to kind of buy into Jordan Tyson as a possibility, but to do it twice, I don't know, man. I don't know. I do not know. I think they might want to go with somebody that they know, said is going to be upright. But yeah, I mean, I think that he's good. I definitely feel like he's worth taking a fly on. But a second round, man, after you taking a gamble on Jordan Tyson with his injury history, I don't know about that one. Says Jameson Williams worked out just fine. Yeah, Jameson Williams worked out, but man, the Detroit Lions didn't get back to back guys with injury history. Like, like they didn't do that. All right, so the Buffalo Bills traded out. So the Buffalo Bills traded out of the first round completely. They saying it's the Tennessee Titans. Are the Tennessee Titans picking? Okay, and Buffalo like thanks, but no thanks. So they probably feel like they can get that cornerback they want in the second round. Makes sense. Makes sense. Man, these teams are going after it, man. You got to give them credit. Got to give them credit, man. I mean, Tennessee are going after it. I mean, they got Cardinal Tate. So let's see what they're gonna do, man. Man, that's why I don't know if I'll be able to go to the draft. Like, am I gonna be a top 10 player? Shoot. Shit, I don't want to be the last person in the green room, man. D'Angelo Pines and Will Lee the third could be free. Yeah, it could be. But I just think you need to I think you need to like go with a sure thing. Like you're taking a gamble with Jordan Tyson, and it's boom or bust, right? I don't think you want to do that twice. Now we talking about like King Arthur. If we talking about third round or something, and he there, like yeah, of course, like absolutely. But second round, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. All right, see what they're gonna do. God, oh, that's a lot of folks. 320,000 people. That's insane, man. I really don't know who the Jets quarterback was. Who is the Jets quarterback? All right, so
This season, heard his name called on night one. Kelvin Falk is 6'6", 276 pounds. He played 3 years at Auburn, started the final 30 games of his career.
oh yeah, Geno Smith. Okay, man, see, TJ, our city better host a draft. You know, we will turn up. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm telling you, man. Sure, I forgot about Geno Smith. I forgot. I take pride in like knowing every team quarterback, but God, dog, like the Jets, don't know what you gonna get, man. Who is left in the draft room? Nobody. Keldrick Falk was the last person in there. Let's see. Malachi Lawrence a dog too. Yeah. I mean, look, just because you ain't hear your name in the first round, don't mean that like Saints or any other team not gonna get a really good player. But man, I mean, there's a lot of things be going through these guys' minds. Agents probably be telling them they heard this, they heard that. You be sitting next thing you know, you're the last person in the green room. But now you got the Seattle Seahawks. That's the very last pick of the night. And I want to say thank you if you stuck here from start to finish. Y'all the real MVPs here on the Straight Up TJ podcast. Really do appreciate each and every one of your time. Make sure that y'all hit that like button. We'll be back to break down round 2 and 3 on tomorrow. But also, I'll be on the Roar of the Lion UK podcast. I go on the podcast every single year. Shouts out to those brothers across the pond. Just breaking down, the Saints draft picks and just kind of talking a little bit about, the decisions and all that kind of stuff. So I really have a good time over there. So make sure that y'all check out the Roar of the Lions UK podcast. I'll be on there tomorrow at 7:20 p.m. Eastern. So that'd be 6:20 Central Time. Well, Seattle rounds out the first round. Yep. So the Seattle Seahawks, the world champions. So San Francisco will start the second round with the 33rd pick. You got the Arizona Cardinals. So all right, so you can take a look at what Seattle is going to do. We know that they no longer have Kenneth Walker, so maybe they want to go run it back here. Hopefully, it's not Mike Washington Jr. Please, pretty please. let's see if this brother could be here the second round. But yeah, see y'all tomorrow. Who that? See, Ruben Bain didn't think he would drop that low. Yeah, he was mad. He was mad. But hey, man, that's a huge chip on your shoulder right there. Man, so Cornell Tate went 4th overall. I don't think nobody expected that. TJ, do you double dip at receiver at some point? Yeah, late on in the draft. Like maybe like if you got a 4th round wide receiver, and you feel like you got a good grade on him. But I think these next picks, 2nd and 3rd round, you got to address the offensive line with at least one of those picks, and at least maybe try to get yourself a nickel corner. Keith Williams gonna have Tyson, right? Draft is at 6 p.m. Central tomorrow. Yep. 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. I think 132, 136 are huge right now. Yeah, I mean, you still gonna get yourself a good player, man. Still gonna get yourself a really good player. All right, so the Seattle Seahawks pick is in. Try to end the night. I mean, they have moved up. Like Tennessee moved up, Jets moved up quite a bit. Cowboys moved around throughout the night. Kansas City, they were able to move up. So, I mean, I think a lot of these teams really just showed that they really wanted it, and they want it, and they want to make some things happen. And they're not afraid to go after it, and nothing wrong with it. But if you look at the New Orleans Saints, they don't feel like they're close just yet. So maybe in the future, if they play their cards right, if they can get a draft kind of similar to what they did last year, it doesn't have to look like last year, but if they can get close to maybe get some quality players, maybe you can see the Saints willing and dealing. TJ, who's your favorite first round pick in Saints history? Favorite first round pick in Saints history? Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan. That's my favorite pick. All right, man. That's the kind of stuff that you love to hear, man. And congratulations to Dylan. And man, that's great. Here, man. We survived cancer twice. All right. Man, that boy excited. Mm-hmm. There we go. Yeah, that was great. Shouts out to Dylan, man. Jadarian Price, a lot of people consider him as the second best running back in the entire draft. So, yeah, man, this guy he can get after it, man. He a dog too. A lot of people pay attention to Jeremiah Love, but he was getting busy as well, man. Say my ears. Just blew out my eardrums. How loud was your TV? I'm surprised Seahawks didn't trade down. Yeah, probably because they felt like he probably wouldn't have been there, and Price probably wouldn't have been there. He probably wouldn't have been there, folks. This dude is this dude is like a really good running back. So yeah, so I mean that's a good pickup for them, and he kind of have that same type of run style as a Kenneth Walker. So I don't think they're gonna I won't say they ain't gonna miss Kenneth Walker, but he could provide that same type of running style. But there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your first round of the 2026 NFL Draft. Top pick, surprised absolutely nobody. Fernando Mendoza going to the Las Vegas Raiders out of Indiana. And then you have Jadarian Price, who rounds out the first round, going to the world champion Seattle Seahawks. The New Orleans Saints took Jordan Tyson with the 8th pick. We've seen Carnell Tate be the first wide receiver taken off the board, going 4th to the Tennessee Titans, which was a shock. And then you had Jeremiah Love going 3rd to the Arizona Cardinals. That was a little bit of a shock. You have the Kansas City Chiefs moving up to get Mansour Delane. And you've seen a couple more teams, move around. Caleb Downs going to the Dallas Cowboys after the Dallas Cowboys traded up in order to acquire him. I thought Peter Woods would have ended up going to the Chicago Bears. Instead, he goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. And we seen Malachi Lemon go to the Philadelphia Eagles after they made a trade with the Dallas Cowboys. So a little bit of a shocking first round. A couple guys you probably thought was going to hear their name called early, like Ruben Bain. He goes to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but could be a good spot for him. They need some pass rush help there. And, but at the end of the day, I think when it comes to the first round, a lot of these players, I'm not surprised. We heard their name called, if you've been following the NFL draft scouts and some of these mock drafts. So the order didn't pan out, but the players going into the first round, it did. So we shift gears to the second round. And we know that the second round can bring forth quality starters in the National Football League, some really promising players on plenty of teams. So just because a player isn't a first round pick doesn't mean that they can't find success in the National Football League in the second round. What will the New Orleans Saints do in the second round? We'll find out on tomorrow. Thank you all so much for checking out the Straight Up TJ podcast. Once again, my name is TJ Jones. You can follow me on X at TJAY Jones 8. Keep it locked right here to the channel. We'll be back on tomorrow, breaking down round number 2 and 3 here on this channel. The 2026 NFL Draft Live Reaction Show will continue on tomorrow, and hopefully you'll be here. I ask that you hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Much love to you. And until next time, I'll see you down the road.
DJ, yeah. Straight up, let's go. Welcome to Straight Up TJay. Tap in, sit back, press replay. Been locked in with the Saints on a weekday. Now we talking every sport, every big play. Years on the grind, now we level up the view. From the dome to the world, get a better look at you. No script.